Nano, if you're going to give me new microscope, stay quiet. Tell me you appreciate the gift subs at least, JK. Hello, Nano over here. Defiantly, no cap, I appreciate the subs. Smile.
Yo, I don't know what I did. I rebooted. I had to reboot. What? Ellie was gonna start writing something on notepads. Oh my God. I don't know what was going on. I had to reboot the receiver.
Was gonna slide this over.
Okay, guys. Wow. That was eventful. Welcome everybody. Thank you to what is going on? Did Babs give me 10? Did Babs give us 10 pack? This is LA
Where's my
drew
new
this.
microscope?
What the hell? I didn't even notice Babs dropped a tenner. Do you guys like my YouTube tutorial I looked up, which didn't work at all? I had to reboot my receiver. I had to like unplug it from the computer and reboot it. Should have been the first thing I tried, to be honest. Anyways, guys, dude, what are you doing, Babs? Donating 10 gift memberships while I can't speak. Thank you for the 10 gifted membership. Babs, we got Dreams got one, nice. Darius got one. Patrick, John, JP, GPC, Pete, Zio, Giggly Puffs, and APGK got one. Congrats to everybody on the memberships. Babs, you're the GOAT. Thank you very much. PCDD, thank you for your raid, even though you raided when I at a bad time when I had no microphone. Thank you for the $2, Babs. Thank you for the 1-bit Gascarino. Thank you for the 1-bit Turan. And thank you for the 1-bit Turan before that, where you asked for a microscope, where I'm not seeing. Oh, I saw it here. So thank you for the 2 bits, actually. All right, guys, we are caught up. I have a microphone now. No, we're not cut up. Thank you. So thank you, Sloth Tech, for the one gifted membership to PCDD. Let's go. Very good. Oh, Sloth asked for a Rubik's Cube solve, but this is gonna be hard with the gloves, so but we'll do it for him anyways. He always does one on the beginning of his streams, I think. I think he tries to do it before his little like intro timer runs out. So we'll do, oh man, I don't remember this. That's not the correct one. There we go. Okay, moving on. I don't know what time that was. You guys can figure out how long that took. My guess is, I'm gonna guess 15 seconds, probably. 16 seconds. I don't know. I like the guy who said, order your monthly audio subscription now for only $15.99. Your OLL sucks. It did. That was bad. I have full OLL. I'm rusty, you know. And I got a PLL skip too. Okay. Thank you that you are not Indian Super Ultra Repair Master, and I can understand what you're talking about during repairs. I'm glad you like the videos. Thanks for watching. Anyway, off for food. I've been streaming 10 hours, bro. That's a crazy stream. I won't be doing that today, but congrats on your 10-hour stream, PCDD. Go enjoy your food, my friend. Thank you for the raid. Thanks, Babs. This actually, I don't think this is the one I use. I've got a oh, here, I'll show you the one I use real quick, and then we'll get into the repair. I just got this one. It's so nice. It's also a GAN, but it's the i4 carry. This thing is, oh, it turns so nice. Not with gloves, but it turns nice. Anyways, Babs, do you speed cube? Yeah, I've seen a Wi-Fi issue for an OLED, Pedro. It's the biggest, the most common thing that is gonna be there's two caps, right? I think they're caps. Yeah, two caps right next to the SoC here. Or no, it's the resistors here or here. I can't remember. It's either this, or this, and they get like knocked off. I can't remember. Anyways, there's like, and they get knocked off because people like knock them when trying to remove the shield. Okay, let's fix something, huh? What's up, Radpaw, Sloth, Babs? I'm not as fast as you. I'm not full OLL TBH. That's cool though. I didn't know you were into that, Babs. Victor, hello. Cool Davey, Board Rev, hello. You should only allow audio for members. F2L to OLL is God mode. F2L is great. But yeah, if I like, I haven't like actually learned algorithms in like forever. So if I slip or lock up, I'm just screwed because I like my fingers. It's all muscle memory. I don't remember any of the algorithms in my brain. My hands do them. It's a reaction at this point. Dude, thank you for the membership, the 2-month membership. Rad. That's not rad, not to be confused with rad paw. There's radk, Macus. I don't know. But thank you for the 2-month membership. I'll call you rad too. And a rad paw. There we go. Okay. Hi, have you ever seen a broken Joy-Con voltage regulator after a PicoFlight install? I don't think I have. I have seen one of those broken, I think, but I don't know if it was Pico related. Out at an ice cream place and loosen up my cube and it pops. Rip. Thank you. Okay, so welcome everybody. Sorry, I missed probably a bunch of people coming in. June, hello. CPR, hello. I'm just scrolling up and saying hi to people. Frostbit. I like to try to say hi to everybody, but I can't because there's a billion messages when I didn't have audio.
Hey
So,
Zach, did you get a chance to
sushi.
test that RCM component tester? Just wanted to share it with
No.
JDT School if it's okay. Anyway, have a great stream. Also, hello, Elay, waving emoji.
Thank you, Sushi, for the $20. You're very kind. That is very generous. I haven't tried the component tester. That was from Creased, right? I guess that's a question for him. I don't know why you're asking if I just wanted to share with JDT School if it's okay. Yeah, don't ask me. I didn't make it. That's Creased. But yeah, I haven't tried it yet. We might actually end up trying it on this console because this one is an interesting ticket. So let's get into it. Okay, this says, bought this Switch secondhand with PicoFly installed. It was working fine for a long time, but one day it just stopped working. The Switch logo stayed on the screen forever. I was thinking the PicoFly went bad, so I took it off, but the issue persists. This is going to be an interesting one because it's probably stuck in like first stage, or second stage rather, if the Nintendo logo is appearing, like the second one. My guess is it's getting stuck on the second Nintendo logo. And it's interesting because I have the same exact issue with this one here that I haven't gotten to. This is a donor that we ended up halfway fixing by removing and replacing the Wi-Fi IC. I believe. I think that was that one. Maybe that was a different one. Where did that screw go? Well, I'll get him a new one. I have no idea where that other screw went. Did it get stuck in the shield? Did I just fling it somewhere? What? Alright, that just went into the nether. Who knows? We also don't have a screw for this up here. So we have to replace one anyways. No problem. Okay, moving on. Let's keep going. You really should have an Anakin cam for those times when you have technical issues. That's so true. Except, oh, we have also a missing screw here as well. So a few missing screws, and I contributed to that as well. So that's fine. I'll just get all those replaced. Anyways, I think I have enough of those. Those tiny ones are the ones I have the least of because those are the ones I have to replace most often. Cool. Okay, let's clean this. I hate when this is like this. Do you do 4x4 and 5x5? Yes.
Anakin
Not.
needs his own stream.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Wicked. Yeah, we can just set up a separate stream for him. We'll put a cam on his, like, we'll put a little collar cam on him or something. He doesn't have a collar, but we can make him stream. I don't want to do that though, because everyone will go watch him instead of me. But yeah, I do 4x4, 5x5, but they're all like, I'm not fast with those by any means. I only focused on 3x3 and then blindfolded 3x3. And even then, my blindfolded, it takes like 10 minutes, 15 minutes for me to do, depending on how bad the memorization part is. Usually it's bad. Heat pad comparison video. I could look into that. You mean like heat pad for like removing screens, or a heat pad for like a hot plate comparison? Howdy Zach, what's up? Pake Sukas. Sorry, probably ruined your name, but hello. It's not sticking to the magnet. I thought it would have been. Those are magnetic, but it's not on the magnet. I don't know. It's the first place I looked because oftentimes that does happen where it sticks to the magnet and then I'm like, where'd it go? But now I look there first every time I lose a screw. Video idea streamer microphone comparison. Hello. No, hello from Nano today. Nano said, what's up, Hoodie? I thought I said hi to you when I went back up and looked through. Maybe not. So sorry to everyone who didn't get a hi. Hello to everybody. Dr. Shay, hello. Removing screens. Yes, removing screens. Okay, I don't really do a lot of that. I do that like here and there. I would say just buy the CPB mat because the thing is great. This one. This one's really good. Just buy the big one. It works for everything. Small stuff, big stuff. It's great. It's a little it's not like cheap, but it's also, you know, if you're doing work where it requires you to if you're warranting buying a heat pad, get that one. Cuz like you can get away with, you know, hot air, low temp hot air and stuff, but the heat pad is just so much nicer. And they're all kind of expensive, so just get that one. In my opinion. Yeah, I do blind. I do three by three blind, but I'm not good at it. Again, it's just something that just takes a while. Always amazes me. There's a guy who juggles cubes and solves them. Yeah, that blows my mind. I don't. That's like you got to do like one turn at a time. Each juggle. Is that what you would call it? One. What would you consider to be one juggle? Is that like? I guess so they got rid of the battery probably for shipping because sometimes people get a hard time from the post office depending on where they live. So that's not a problem. We're just gonna undo everything. It looks like there's a kamikaze install on this one, so that should be interesting. I would like to remove everything and then we can test how it looks. But yeah, anyways. Ghazi, what's up? What power screwdriver is that? This is the Miniware. Really great electric screwdriver, especially for like switches. It's really great. Or for I really like it even for like PS5s. It's slightly underpowered for PS5 and Xbox Series X, especially if they still have like the Xbox Series X with the Loctite. Like if they've never been worked on before, this is it's not really powerful enough for those. Depending on how much Loctite they put on them. But it's great for PS5s and yeah, I know a lot of people have those like big ones. I just never I don't work on enough Xbox Series X's. Like I really don't get a lot of those in, especially these days. Probably because I did not make a lot I only made like a couple videos about those early on. So people never really sent those to me. I like working on those though. Those are fun repairs usually. I mean, do we test it? Cause like it looks like they just took off everything already. I think we might just test and see if we can replicate the problems they're mentioning. It's a little fluxy. The board has kind of a lot of flux. Whoever did the kamikaze on this did a pretty solid job. It's not bad at all. They did put flux all over the entire board though. I don't think this is the customer who did any of this. I think the customer only removed the installation. So like this stuff might be from the customer, like the solder there by like trying to take off the FPC or something. I don't know if all the flux on the board is the customer, but I don't know. Wow, the whole board is just everything has flux on it. I can't imagine. Wow, there's solder paste.
Sunglasses perpetually fall onto video game controller's proud face.
What? What the hell? What? I'm sorry. Did it read out the super sticker or did you send that as a chat? No, you just sent the sticker. Thank you, Kieran, for the $10. Why did my text to speech just read out what it's like?
You should do an ultrasonic cleaning stream now.
Oh my god, thank you for saying that, Turan. Turan, thanks for the 1 bit. I gotta turn on my cleaner. I'm actually gonna use the Crest for this because it's gonna heat up faster, and it's smaller. And I'm just gonna have to put the switch in there. So, but damn, what is going on with this board? This board has been through it. Oh my god. Okay, so it looks like if I were to guess, the battery connector was replaced at some point because we have solder paste here. I don't know why else we would have solder paste way over here. Maybe just like accidental. I'm kind of reconsidering powering this on, but honestly, like okay, we also have this which melted. I have a hard time believing that the person who did this kamikaze soaked the whole board in flux because of how nice that looks. But I don't maybe. I'm just confused like the history of this console because this was clearly repaired.
Probably
at some
they
point.
use the tweezers with solder paste to unplug the battery again.
That is a good guess. That's a good guess. Thank you, Turan. Damn, I hate sticky flux. Don't worry, it's hard for Nano too. Everything's hard for me. Yeah, Sam, I don't know who you're responding to. Oh, respect for your focus and strive to fix something while chatting with us. That's hard to do for me. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm not good at that. The joke with all the other streamers, I just tell everyone because everyone who like talks about that on their streams how it's hard, I just tell them don't worry. My trick is I just ignore everybody. It's not true. I don't ignore everybody. I do try my hardest, but it's hard. It's so hard to stream and read people's stuff at the same time. Especially if I'm I get so fixated on a repair sometimes. Lord of Llamas, welcome. That's a sick name. What does a kamikaze mean in this context? That just essentially means that they've dug into the PCB a couple layers to get down to this point in this case, on this console. I'd say about 90% through AliExpress, 5% Amazon, 5% Mobile Centrics. That is, I don't know what you're talking. What are you responding to, LA? Where do you pick up your supplies? Yeah, I would say a little higher percentage on Amazon, like probably 15% of my stuff's from Amazon, but and also Mobile Centrics, I actually mostly buy components through Mobile Centrics or DigiKey or Mouser because they'll get stuff to me next day. So for customer repairs, I always order through them if I can, unless I have to source it through AliExpress. So I would say it's actually more of like a 75-25 split between AliExpress and other stuff like Amazon, Mobile Centrics, all the local things. Because most of the time I'm looking for fast shipping. If it's hard for over 3 hours, go see a doctor. Ignore chat for 10 minutes and then complain about not knowing what everyone's talking about. Yep, that's me. That's exactly what I do. What's up, James? Welcome in, James. Andy is here too. Andy, hello, Andy. Yeah, sorry, Zach, that was all me. What was you, Andy? What are you talking about? See, this is what Sam was saying. I don't know. He probably was talking about stuff in chat and I just didn't read it. Master of Ponies challenges Lord of Llamas. There's actually a Master of Ponies in YouTube. Wow. You guys should battle. Why streaming is not 4K while microphone bot is 4K? Oh, microscope bot. I mostly got the microscope 4K 60 microscope camera for videos. I'm multi-streaming 1440p because it's like kind of with the bitrate I'm able to stream at, it's kind of unnecessary to try to do 4K 60 streaming. It just, especially multi-streaming, it just kind of brings down all of the streams as a whole. But yeah, it's mostly for the videos that I got the scope camera. Let's see. Love the vids. Keep it up. Thanks, Jitgo. LA, bring the notepad back. Why, is my microphone broken? What are you talking about? It's working for me. You should have TTS read The whole chat. Nothing could go wrong with that. Oh god. Ain't no gas in it. I see your challenge and raise you a duel of libation instead, master of ponies. My goodness. Yeah, also Twitch doesn't allow me to do 4K streaming. They max it at, they cap it at 1440p. But YouTube, I can like, you can like send anything to YouTube and they'll stream it somehow. I think you might even be able to do 8K streaming. I don't know if that's a real thing. But... Okay. I don't know. Let's just turn it on and see what it does, right? I don't see anything that's like super concerning to me outside of this. But obviously that's not gonna cause issues. I'll remove that now. Wow, that's really on there. Let's get some IPA. But yeah, I would like to see how this behaves. Generally, I won't do this, but since they had already gone through and removed everything, oh, so much flux. Why is there so much flux? Okay, let's check the resistor here just while we're here. Quick. Okay, 4.2, that's fine. So this resistor is gonna be fine. The one over here I'm not too sure about though. That looks like it got thrown into a fire. I don't really know what's up with that one. Yeah, that resistor is gone for sure. That's reading like 2 megs. I think that's supposed to be like 100 ohms or something like that. Pretty sure that's like a 100 ohm resistor usually, but that's not gonna prevent boot. I know for a fact that even if you remove this, it won't prevent boot. But you can see that's been damaged physically. See all that all the black stuff on top, which is actually what creates the resistance, is damaged. So that makes sense that that's open circuit there. Obviously, we're getting a resistance reading because we're reading the impedance of that line on the SOC to ground. Because the other, this is like a little pull down kind of thing. Anyways, okay, doesn't look like they even plugged in the screen connector all the way. I'm gonna be surprised if this boots at all, to be honest, with the state of it, but it's possible. Let's check current draws. Well, oh no, I guess not. Let's just put a battery in and see. See what it does. Okay, so wow, it does boot. And then he says it gets stuck here. I think it gets stuck here. This is crazy because this is exactly the same problem that this board has. So usually I find that this is like usually like not necessarily corruption, but when you have a Pico installed, there's always a risk that someone tried to like manually update the firmware on the official firmware and just screwed it up, and now it's getting stuck. That's going to be my guess on this one. So I think the way forwards with this is to obviously clean up the whole board. We'll take the board out. We'll do a reinstall so that we can try a few things through Hecate to see if it's software related or if it's actually like a hardware issue. Because that can also be a hardware issue. But I have a feeling in this case that it probably won't be. Because due to the ticket saying that it worked for a while and then they said like one day it just stopped working. That makes me think that makes me think like an update happens on the official firmware or that kind of thing. So let's get this thing apart. And I'll actually read chat. Can you tell me what Barlow lens and camera adapter you have on your Gorilla? I have a 0.7x Barlow. And the camera adapter I have is a 0.5x, but I'm gonna oh, actually, yeah, it's a 0.5x, but I'm gonna try a 0.35 because I've tried a 0.45 and but I had to send that back to I had to send that along with one of the microscope giveaways. I think that was the one that came with the robot scope, so I had to give that away. But I want to give the 0.35 a shot. So I'm going to be grabbing one of those along with I'm also going to try 10x PL 10x over 24 lenses because someone bought them for the Gorilla and mentioned they worked well. And I really liked the PL lenses on the other scopes, so I'm going to try to get one of those or a pair of those to try them out as well. Hello, Zachy. What's up, Soul? Would you like me to help? Sure, by all means. But I think my next step with this is once I get the Pico installed, we're just going to try booting, custom firmware and see if we can like just fix the official firmware from there. It might just need an unbrick or something, which shouldn't be too bad. Some of these also, if it's on like the 19.0 whatever 0.0.1 firmware, if you just boot into custom firmware, it just fixes the official firmware. So it's possible we just need to do that too. Also could be hardware related, but give me a sec, Soul. You're getting ahead of me here. I gotta clean up the board and stuff. I don't like the state of the board at the moment. But I do, yes, I do have a serial USB to serial adapter. That is rough, but that's not gonna be causing our issues, I don't think. Unless, is that being shorted to ground? That could be getting shorted to ground. Let's see. Let's measure. That's the reset line. I don't think pulling that low would cause our symptoms, though. I think it would just infinitely, I think it would just reset infinitely or whatever. But let's see. Okay, so we actually get a voltage drop on the V point, so that's not being shorted. It could have been, though. That's pretty close to being shorted to ground. I think this is touching this. Oh, it wasn't. Okay. But anyways. Yikes. Yeah, there's a lot of we just opened this. I think reset needs to be pulled down. I'm gonna obviously clean that up. I'm just looking around right now. We have some solder on the cap there we can clean. We got to do our due diligence with the nice visual inspection here. Let's check the. I think I'll ultrasonic this too. I think I'll ultrasonic it after we do the install because number one, my cleaner is still heating up, and number two, I'll be using flux and it will make the board nice and clean. While I'm at it though, let's pull off all of the shields for when we go ahead and throw it into the cleaner. That's not cracked or anything. Because Wi-Fi IC problems can cause like weird issues like that. Okay, let's pull off the SoC shield. The nanofix Discord is a good place to go to help, as you can share photos of any issues. I use Heco T12 and I've never experienced them going black though. I had a cheap one before, and since I went to get into DIY guitar pedals, I got a Heco. It turns out the problem was me all along. What's up, Forder? Yeah, there's a lot of flux going on this board. The customer, I think, or not the customer. The customer just removed the install, as far as I know. This looks like someone fixed this at some point and then like repaired it and then did an installation and resold it. That's my guess. I think probably the installer fixed it and left the flux all over the board for some reason. Because as far as I understand, the customer did not do the install or anything, so I don't know. They just removed the install. That's all they said they did. And I don't think removing the install would amount to this much flux being all over the board, but what do I know? Okay, let's clean this. We have a cap that's like diagonal here. It's interesting. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do before we do any diagnosing. We just have to clean everything. And I'll probably redo the install and then for them, and then I'll put it through the cleaner after that to get a nice clean board. And then we can start doing, I'm sure it won't change any behavior once we do that, but we'll be able to start doing diagnostics after that at least. So do you have like a serial tool you were talking about? You probably responded, but I just didn't read it. I'm just curious. Yeah, I don't know. Nice. I'll go ask now. I saw it and followed it. The option I'm thinking now is the quality of the solder flux. SP1 looks weird. Yeah, the SP1 cap is definitely wonky. Looks like they cut the anchor pad under SP2. Well, SP2's gone now. Looks like SP2 doesn't exist. Yeah, these are all weak. These are nice and weakened. So we'll replace that, of course. I'll do that actually now after fixing up some of this other stuff first. Man, I think what I'm gonna do, we're obviously still gonna ultrasonic this, but I just don't like any. I don't like working on boards that are this dirty. So I'm just gonna hit this with the toothbrush quick and see what we can get clean for now. Cracked edge on the die. I don't think it's gonna be that because like it's booting essentially. So you're talking about the corner over here. Oh, here is that all you're talking about? That's very common. I've never seen that little cause an issue. Usually it's like when there's a fracture through the whole corner of the die, or if too much of the corner's chipped off, or too much of the edges, but that much I don't think is going to be causing like, when you have a chipped die, you're not going to get a boot. It's just going to blue screen, or it's probably not even going to blue screen actually. It's just going to not boot. Get stuck in first stage. I will check Discord, so one sec. Is it the tool that you were talking about? That you made? Because I would like to try yours, and I would like to try Creased's tool. Let me check Discord. Discord. RxTX, test point, scrape the points and then connect the lines along with the ground. I didn't realize you could connect to serial. What is, are there just multiple TX-RX points? Oh, you're just showing me, there's other X's there that are unrelated, I see. I'm assuming. That's cool. What do you do with that then? Is there a tool you use that with, Soul? Like it'll just shoot out errors. I didn't realize there was like I did not realize at all that the Switch just spits out errors over serial. Why has no one used that? So it's kind of like the PS5, but like where it'll just automatically give you a UART ready thing, but in this case it'll just spit out errors. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That'll be really fun to mess with. Thanks for the heads up on that. What kind of errors does it put out though? Is it like the PS5 where it gives error codes that are completely useless unless you can like cross-reference them with like a database of known issues? Or what? Does it actually give you like useful text in English or any language. I don't care what language it is as long as it's giving me anything useful. It's logs. Okay, cool. Do you have like a that's interesting. We'll have to try that out. Let's clean this. You don't have to send. Do you have to send any? You know if there's like a documentation page on it somewhere? On like Switch Brew or something? I'm just hitting this whole thing with alcohol because I just don't want to deal with how this board looks. It's just not going to be fun to work on. So we'll go correct some of those weird like soldering issues, like the V point, the stuff near the NAND, and then we can replace that SP1 or SP2 cap, probably fix up the SP1 cap, and then then we can redo the install and get it ultrasonic and everything. Then we can get to debugging. I spent so long cleaning. Plumber's flux is corrosive. Hopefully you cleaned it real good. Oh, don't worry, Ledum. We're not gonna rely on what I'm doing here. We gotta put this in an ultrasonic cleaner. I have a tank. I'm gonna put this in, and it will get everything out of it. Sam, skip the vape and hail plumber's flux. What's up, Chris? What can cause a blue screen? Generally, it's gonna be communication issues between the SoC and the RAM. So there'll be severed traces or cracked solder balls, or there's going to be ripped pads underneath one of these two things. Almost always the case. Literally just outputs. Cool. Stock atmosphere will give you some stuff, but you need a debug atmosphere to get all the logs. Oh, I see. So there's a specific thing you need to boot to for it to output logs, or like the stock console outputs logs over TTL or serial. That's really cool though, that's a thing that we can do. I really want to mess with that. That'll be good to know. Okay, that's actually huge. And depending on what it will tell us, that'll be pretty huge. Okay. Haven't seen the error logs documented. Stock OS outputs some, but it's not that much. I see. So you can get more out of it if you boot custom. That's really good to know, Soul. Thank you for the heads up on that. I'll have to do some digging around on that. That's going to be worth messing with for sure. Hello, Switchboard, my old friend. What's up, Yukis? Bus doesn't have logs, so I can't patch it. I don't know what you mean by that, so you're gonna have to patch what? And what bus? Okay. I need a new piece of wick to get that nice and clean. I'm happy now. Sit down. Bus sys module is what handles a bunch of communication between different devices on the board. Is that the I2C stuff that happens, you mean? Or different? Okay. Yeah, bus handles all that. Ah, okay, cool. I mean, I guess you could technically, this would probably not be in any way usable, like, but you could reverse engineer some stuff probably with the scope or like a logic analyzer is probably better. I don't know how far you could get with that though. That's the kind of stuff I would love to mess around with. I just don't like, I have so many repairs, I don't have time to screw with my scope. We did it a little bit with oh, I see what you're talking about. Tehran, I didn't see that. It's disgusting. Let's try to pull that out. Your location, please. Mohammed, what's up? I'm in Quebec, Canada. Or did you want like latitude and longitude? Because I won't be giving you that, sadly. Somehow they managed to like bend or cut the shield. Oh, probably with the when they cut the. You're so right, Tehran. They totally cut this along with some of the shield with it. um. It's easier to do it in Ghidra. Does Ghidra support like oh, like you would like use a logic analyzer with Ghidra? What are you even pulling into Ghidra? Does Ghidra have like I didn't realize they had like decoding features for what, like I2C protocol? Would they have that? That'd be sick. Look it up, trust me. Ooh, okay. I'm just trying to because I know Ghidra is like for software. I'm sure it does all kinds of other stuff I don't know. I know that, Babs. I know it does reverse engineering for software. I was trying to understand how that would help with the switch diagnostics. Okay. Or reverse engineering, rather, for the switch. I guess you can... Oh, I see what you mean. Like, somehow reverse engineering the firmware or something? Or the... I don't know. The bootloader or something? I don't know. Dump the binaries. Ah, okay. I see. So that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, how would Ghidra do hardware level reverse engineering? I see. You would be looking at the instructions. All right. I probably should stop talking about some of this stuff lest the big boys upstairs come for me. Because even though I have nothing to do with any of that, and I'm not doing any of that, that's unnecessary attention I don't want. That's getting into territory, I think, that I'm extremely interested in, but don't have time for, and probably is more trouble than it's worth for me as a YouTuber. Binary Ninja is on sale too. Ooh. I was trying to fix a broken joystick on a cheap drone controller and found a metal strip that seemed to be magnetized loose in the casing.
Zach
Huh.
will hack Switch too.
No, no, turn. I'll ban you. Thank you for the 1 bit. Let's try to give Zach a long and prosperous repair and strictly repair career. What on earth is that? What is that and where did that come from? I would like to know. That may be from my wicking somehow, but I don't know. I didn't see that before. That probably just looked like a test pad for me. All right. Obviously the board's not fully clean, but it's good enough. Let's touch this up here. good enough before we ultrasonic it later. That is true, depending on what that was doing. We could do a quick check, I guess, after cleaning it. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere different if I were to guess. Like if that was shorting something, under the SoC, or I guess that would have been on the. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. This is for the RAM, so it actually could have had some sort of. Although I feel like it would have gotten stuck earlier in boot if that was shorting something under the RAM, but who knows. Okay, I'm not gonna go too crazy again on cleaning too much because we're gonna be cleaning everything all at once later. We can fix this up to. We'll run a little quick test in the screen before, because we're not gonna see much of a difference when it gets that far into boot. You'll see. We'll do a little test with the power supply, and you'll see that it'll actually look like it's working as far as current draw goes, but it won't actually be working. So do I have this connected? I think I have this connected. No, I didn't. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do. Why does this screw up my? Dude, that's so annoying that this does that. Okay, we definitely don't want 20 volts. The software just screwed up my preset. Okay, cool. So let's see. This is definitely not gonna. I don't think this is gonna be fixing any issues, but you'll see it's gonna look like it boots on the current draw up here. It'll do the normal, fluctuation down to 90 milliamps and then up to 350-ish to 400. So it's gonna probably boot, right? Watch this. So this looks like it's working, right? But it's not gonna. When we plug this into the screen, you can see now it's hanging. So it ran into some problem, and it's hanging on that Nintendo Switch logo. Let's just see it, just for fun. Throw a screen on. I'm not gonna use this because it's gonna be easier to throw it in my test screen, which is already being used. So never mind. Never mind. How's everyone doing? What's up, Led? Currently working on some trace repair for a board I messed up. Might post in PCB Gore later. You should. That's my favorite channel on the Discord, I think. I always get a good laugh. I've always loved, like, just completely. I've loved, like, pictures of just complete nightmare scenarios. Like, there's a period of time where my friends and I would just send each other pictures we could find online where someone's glass desk has shattered and all of their stuff on the glass desk is just clearly like, monitors hanging from cables and stuff. I can't, it's just too funny to me. So the PCB Gore stuff, which is essentially like half of the r/soldering subreddit too, it just makes me gives me a good chuckle. Okay. Man, some of the stuff people post, I don't know why I'm bothering plugging anything in. We'll just turn it on. I'll throw a battery in because I need to fix my. I need to fix my to fix this guy because I don't have a ground wire anymore. I abused it so much it broke off, so I have to get ground from the other side of this resistor I put on here, but I can't be bothered to deal with that because I don't have anywhere easy to clip this on. I guess I could do like something sketchy with the shield, but I'd rather not. Okay, so we'll see this. Oh, there goes the battery. Forgot that's not actually not actually stuck on there. Okay, let's hold that in and try again. Oh, and that's not gonna work. I have to press the button. There it is. You should do a PCB for that. I don't think a PCB is necessary, but I guess it would be better for the clamps. Like it wouldn't. I know some people have made PCBs for this. Yeah, it's same exact. That's what you get for using a solid glass desk. I was just I was worried about that because I actually did have a glass desk for a while. If you guys look back at my old videos, I was using a glass desk for a minute and I was like secretly hoping it was gonna happen to me one day so that I could get one of those pictures of just everything, just chaos. Obviously that would have sucked a lot, but alas, it never happened. I actually really liked using a glass desk for repair purposes. It had a lot of benefits. Okay. You want me to check the max IC Soul? I'm just gonna skip straight to installing a Pico because like it's just gonna be nicer to diagnose. I guess we could measure a lot of rails. I think everything's gonna check out because it's getting that far into boot. So it's gonna like, everything's gonna look like it's there. We could check though. Let's see, out of curiosity, we can check. Let's do that. Not a bad idea. My guess though, yeah, is that everything's gonna just look like it's good. Also, let me just check to see. This would normally, yeah, this is not gonna be an R issue, but I'm still gonna look. Since the battery connector looked like it may have possibly been replaced, I just want to check if the temperature, and yeah, that's connected fine, okay. And once we get Hecate in there, we'll see if, you know, the fuel gauge and stuff is good and all that stuff. Oh, out of curiosity, does it charge? Let's check that first, and then we can check, let's see if the battery charges. That's gonna be a good thing to check. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Not surprised. And let's check voltages. What do you have in line with the bench power supply for the switch port? It's just, yeah, it's a 10 kilo ohm, I think. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's a 10K. It's been a while that I've had to do anything with that because I've just made that one day on stream like last year at some point and never stopped using it. I used to solder a resistor like Retro 6's guide in between some test points. Okay, let's turn on the power supply and let's wait for it before I test for any voltages. Let's wait for it to get stuck again at the logo. We'll see it based on the current draw. So there it is, trying to boot. It's getting past second stage, and then there it's like, oh no, something's bad. We don't like what we're reading from the NAND, or I don't know, whatever. So now we can check voltages. So let's do that. So here, let me move this over here. I'm actually gonna just use this anyways. We'll use this. Okay, let's just go from the beginning. So we have PCS. That's good. Let's check. This is RAM 0.6. 0.6. I think actually this is one of the RAM rails. I can't remember. I think, or no, this is the alternate. This should be like 0.8 eventually in boot. I think, and later in the boot process. This is obviously not there because it's crashed. So that's the first thing to go. Unsurprising. Okay, let's check this guy. This is the one I'm most interested in. So we have 1.8. 1.8 is there, but it's a little low, maybe. 1.3 is there, not surprised. 1 volt is pulled low. So that should be 1 volt, but it's 0.6. Probably because it's crashing, and then we have 1.1. So I think this rail gets throttled, for lack of a better word, when there's problems. So yeah, I think this is going to be a software thing. Everything is pointing towards software. Oh, I guess we should check 3.3, but we know 3.3 is working because it's making it that far. So okay, let's get the Pico installed. Let's see what Hecate says, and at that point, we have a few other things we can try too once we have that worked out. So yeah, let's just reinstall the Pico. We don't know MEMS. So essentially the story with this one is also hello. Story with this one is they bought it secondhand with the Pico installed. It looks like there's been a lot of work on the board though, like, or at least there's flux all over the board. I don't know if that was just due to a messy installation. That is 100% possible because I have seen I have hiccups. I have seen installations that messy or even worse, to be honest. So I'm just like it's throwing me off the fact that they did the kamikaze so neatly. Like that's not so bad at all. And then the whole board is just covered in flux. So I don't know. Maybe they just didn't care about the customer's switch or something. When I would like never ship a board that is just completely soaked and caked in flux like that. I just couldn't. I don't think I could muster that confidence. But yeah, I'm just doing like one more look around. Again, I really doubt this is a hardware problem. I know we have to fix this. Actually, we'll do that before we do the install. Okay, let's just do that. Let's do that next. Man, I hate doing these. So bear with me, guys, while I suffer through putting one of these on here. I hate doing these because normally O201 components I like to do with hot air, but I don't like doing hot air this close to the die when I don't need to. So what I like to do with these is we're gonna use some wick after mixing in some leaded solder there. We're gonna pull it off. These points eat heat. I don't know. I'm worried about Turan. I'm worried about like I would prefer to just leave that. I know it doesn't look pretty, but like removing it is gonna cause more damage to the PCB than just, getting over ourselves. As much as I agree with you that that does look ugly, I think it's kind of like, unless it comes off easily, then I'll happily remove that. Well, I have a feeling that that's not going to be the case. I just put like way too much solder on that. That's too bad too because that was perfectly cut. Damn it. To cut a new piece because I just destroyed that one. Okay, this one's gonna be good. Let's try that again without a gallon of solder on my iron. I don't know where that came from because it probably came from my brass wool. So I'm just gonna snag this stuff. And then we're gonna put some solder on the ground side. Which is the right hand side, because that's the one that just completely sucks up all of the heat from your iron somehow. It's amazing that such a small point can be so obnoxiously difficult to deal with. But the ground layer on the ground layer on these SoCs is like massive. So it makes sense. It just spreads out throughout the entire chip, essentially. So you have to kind of use quite high heat on these with like a large tip too. Cool. So that's good. And now we can pull in a replacement. Let's grab the replacement cap. These are 1 microfarad O201 caps. And I am aware that they are slightly different color than the originals, but I promise it doesn't matter. I know it's not upside down. Okay. So we got I like to do 2 pairs of tweezers for this. Soldering these with an iron is like just annoying. It's just never fun, but it's doable. So we're gonna make sure it's flat on the board. Might have to poke it with the iron anyways, because they like to just spin around in your tweezers. Okay, that side is pretty good. And then we'll get some, we might have to shove it over to the right a little bit more to be able to, actually I'm gonna move it to the right a little bit. Just ever so slightly. Okay, that's the wrong direction. Perfect, that's great. And now it's gonna be, I'm gonna add flux and it's gonna be way easier to add solder to the left-hand side with the iron. These are just really no fun to do, to be honest. Okay, that's the solder is not going on the pads right now, which is why I'm hitting it multiple times. So we have to kind of force it to take solder. Come on. There we go. I think it took finally. Cool. I know there's a lot of rosin there from, that's all from my solder wire. Solder wire. Oh, that was not on the left at all, which is why it just came off. So we're gonna try that again. Fortunately, there's no solder on the left-hand side, so we can start from just putting a new one on. We would have seen that that pad didn't have solder on it if once we inspect it from the side. So let's see, where's the tape reel here? I don't like the color, buy a different one. Do you have a semi monopoly on switch fixing in Canada? You have so many repairs. I think I don't. I think I do on like PicoFly specific issues or install related issues. I think, but honestly, not really, because not even because I think the large majority of my customers are US. Not many people accept repairs that like look this bad. Not this bad. This is actually not so bad, but not a ton of shops unless they're doing it for content or for whatever are going to be thrilled to take repairs where I have half a mind to just preheat this damn thing. I'm using the C210, by the way. I saw someone asked about that. That's on purpose because the C115, although maybe the C115, if I crank it, would be able to take care of the SP, like the actual SP2 point, not the ground point, I don't think, but let's try. Let's try with the C115. I'll crank up the temp quite a bit to like 420. I know that seems high, but trust me, these are not, you need a lot of heat for these. Especially that ground point. Let's try. Maybe that'll actually probably be easier to get the pad to take solder in the very least. Do we do it? I have to look from the side to see if we did it. We probably have to clean too. I'm pretty sure that's on there. I need more direct lighting. One sec, I gotta turn my... Yeah, yeah, that's on there. Oh, you guys are not getting a good view on that, sorry. But in the optics, I can tell you for sure that is on there. You can even see the solder spread out more onto the pad. So yeah, C115, if you just crank it up to 420, it works. North America Monopoly. Yeah, it's high temps, but you gotta, if you've never done the caps on this SoC with an iron, then yeah, like once you try these specific caps, you'll know why. I don't normally go up that high. Also, I do not think my C115 is what's it called? That's a lot of flux. I do not think my C115 is calibrated properly. My other irons are a little bit better calibrated, like my C210, which I generally will run at 350 to 375. Those are calibrated fine. But why are all of these like falling off? Why are they're all like just so weak? It looks like someone like barely put them back on. I'm gonna have to wick one of these sides. I think the top is ground on this one. Is this also gonna fall off on me? I gotta hold these in place while fixing these up. We might as well do this too. This one that's like crooked. Let's fix that. Yeah, it's actually not even on. They ripped the pad on this one. So that's nice. I hate fixing this. Okay, so fortunately, they ripped the one side that's... We'll be able to put this on diagonally. We gotta just expose the pad above it. And this is gonna be a pain in the asshole to put on, but we gotta do it. The reason I'm dealing with this now is because once I put the Pico on, I don't really want to deal with reinstalling. Like, none of this is going to contribute to boot issues, and usually I wouldn't care about this until the end. The thing is, now we have to do the install in order to proceed. We don't have to, but I want to do the installation to proceed with diagnostics. And again, just so much flux is coming out of this nozzle right now. I don't know why. I think I have to replace the nozzle. I think I melted it at some point. Man, these are like super weak on this.
Nano. How you doing, my friend?
Who's that? Supersonic, thank you for the $2. Welcome in. Doing well. I don't want to fix the Switch OLEDs I have in for repair. You can send them to me. I'm just kidding. I love working on switches. Let's just take some of this off. So we have to grind a little bit of that away. I don't know if you guys can see that above that pad, and then we can just solder it in between those. I used to put on like a little solder lug, but it's such a waste of time. Because the distance between here and here and here and here is the same. So okay, let's wick this one, put a new one on that one, and then actually, you know what I'll probably do is I'll wait to do the middle one until we scrape that pad away. M just subscribed. Thank you, M. Crazy name. That's gonna be the ground for sure. So we don't really have to get all that off because I'm just gonna tin it again. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna tin that one again. Goodness, what is wrong with my flux dispenser? Wow. Do I have another one of these green plastic nozzles? Because not that much should be coming out. I'm just gonna keep doing that because of my muscle memory for how hard to press. Let's see. Let's see if I have a one of those plastic tapered nozzles. Damn, do I not really? I should just buy a bunch of nozzles. They're so cheap. But I just have so many, but not enough, I guess. Oh, here we go. We have some in here. This is the pink one I'll use. I like the tapered ones for the MG Chemicals flux because they clog the other ones a bit too much. Yeah, that's perfect. That's gonna be really nice to use actually. See, this one I melted this one, so it's just like, oh, that's gotta oil that again. Goodness. It's just gushing solder because I melted the end of it, I think, recently. See? So this one should be a lot nicer. Okay. Andy, I don't think I have a PayPal link. I suppose I could add one instead of the. Oh wait, I think I do have a Stream Elements link, and that just goes through PayPal. Pretty sure. Why did you try to use a command and it didn't work? Damn it, I did not mean to get it on the other point. Too much solder. Let's try that again. Looks like I'm gonna rotate this a little. Okay, perfect. This is looking fine. Let's just put that one on, whatever. Just put it on right away. And we can try I'll try the C115 for the ground point, since that seemed to work fine with the extra temp. Yeah, okay. That actually does work pretty nicely. We'll hit the surprise. I did not think the C115 would be able to handle the. I just have to like crank it up a bunch because I have tried it before with the C115. That works super nice. Great. Okay, so now we have to deal with this one that has a ripped pad. To deal with this, we need to. I don't want to lose the cap. It's okay if we do because I have another one, but I have plenty of those. Okay, here I am flinging it across the SoC. Okay, so we gotta zoom into this pretty far. You guys aren't gonna be able to get a really good view on this, unfortunately, because of the shiny dye. Probably. I think also I don't have enough lighting here to be zooming in this far, really. It's okay optically for me. And I kind of need to be zoomed in this far for what I'm about to do. Man, what did they do to this poor cap? You have to really wrench on these to get the pads to rip. Like, it's really, you have to like try to rip the pads. I'm gonna use the D2 pen for this actually, because I don't want to use the here, bear with me guys. I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see very well no matter what I do, so I'm just gonna do it with good visibility for myself, because that's more important for this. Okay, I just stopped the grinding pen. Okay, that should be plenty. I'll show you guys what I did here. So there's this part, which is what we want the solder to stick to. And we can measure that with the diode mode. Should get like 0.006 or something like that. That is not the right mode. 1 sec. 0.1, yeah, that sounds right. And then we should get the same reading over here. Yep, 0.18. And then we're gonna just put the resistor between these two areas instead of trying to like put a pad on there, because that's just a nightmare and it's unnecessary. So let's hit this with the C115. Did someone grind into the die? No, I just did, but oh no. Oh, you're talking about this chip here. That's probably just from someone hitting it with their iron or something. Okay, that's enough solder. I know it doesn't look like a lot, but it's enough. We are going to remove. We're gonna do the opposite. No, okay. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I think I want to remove solder from both now, and then reassess how big of an area we have to deal with on both of those. I would be more concerned soldering to the. Normally, I want to do ground first, but I think in this case, like, oh yeah, let's still do ground first. I think that makes the most sense. Because this area over here is just too small. I don't know why I'm trying to wick with the C115. This is just not going to ever go well, ever. Let me try that again with an actual iron. Oh, really? People are, Elias just mentioned people are donating on PayPal, but they're not coming through. I apologize.
Also, we canceled your flux cleaner order.
They canceled my flux cleaner order?
Yeah.
I hate those people. It is obsolete, and I called them about that a month ago. Idiots. I like pointed it out to them too on the phone, and they were like, "No, we'll send it to you." Cool. I'll wait. Okay, I'm not buying through them. I will be buying that through a completely different supplier. That is a bitch, but what can you do? Okay, what did you guys donated through my PayPal? I'm laggy. Oh, will he put a pad or just solder cap diagonally? I'm just gonna solder the cap diagonally. I think I don't know if they like chipped the die from doing this. Maybe they did. But we saw that chip in the beginning during visual inspection, and I don't know, maybe from him trying to remove the flex cable. I've seen this all the time. This happens all the time on these installs. The small chips at the bottom. But anyways, who Aggie not laggy? Oh, I'm Aggie for sure about the flux cleaner. I'm pissed off about that. RS can eat a dick. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Their customer support really did not do a good job. After multiple attempts to address that, like before waiting a month to just be told it's not in stock. That's just like, that's why. Why are you waiting that long to tell me that? Number one. Number two, I reached out to you about it multiple times over email and over the phone, both of which mentioned that it would be shipping and that it's not discontinued. And then you send me an email saying it's discontinued. Like, what am I? I'm trying to run a business. Like, why? I'm never gonna use you again. Ugh. Whatever. I'm sure they have plenty of other customers that pay them a lot more money anyways, so. Yeah, I mean, it's just I understand that customer support people don't always
Do
have
you want
access
some
to
flux
info,
cleaner donations instead of money?
but
I have half a
no.
bottle of MG chemicals I can spare.
That's actually really kind, Kieran. Thank you for the $5. No, no, no. Don't worry about that. Thank you so much. I'm gonna order 15 liters of it, so I will not need any of that. Because apparently the size I want is not available, so I'm just gonna pay the $400 for like a tank of this stuff. Goodness. Oh, my iron temp is way too low. No wonder. Let's try that again. Who donated on PayPal? I need to figure that out because if I didn't get a notification, it's not gonna show up in my activity feed. Oh, you know why? It's because I have, yeah, I know why. It's because I turned off Stream Elements and I'm using, here, wait, I have something I might be able to do here. I turned off Stream Elements and I'm using Streamlabs alerts. So probably if you don't, maybe that's why I removed the link. Is the link still in the description though? I need to figure out who gave me money. It's probably Andy. Kind of like screw with me or something. Let's see, is it still in the description? $15 liters is like FBI order. I think it's actually 18 liters. It's like a lot that I have to order because I can't get the 1 liter because they or the 4 liters because they discontinued it, and the 1 liter is way too expensive.
Nanofix is the best.
Thank you, Ruggers, for the 4 months or membership. Okay, hold up. Why did? Oh, okay, okay. I just heard it twice because I opened my stream on another tab. Um. Oh, I did. I did remove the link. Probably that's why, because I killed Stream Elements. So whoever went to find the link on an old stream, I'm so sorry. Let me try to figure out who you are. I mean, I'm only gonna be able to find your like real name, and I'm not gonna say thank you to your real name. So unless I can deduce who you are, Mandrew and Nano giving money back and forth. Is that actually what it is? It's Andy giving me money on PayPal. It's also not even gonna go to the correct PayPal, I don't think, because I incorporated like a little while ago. No, I don't think it did. I don't know. I don't know where this is. I don't even know where to look for this. Stream Elements, I guess. Let's see. Dashboard. IPA sucks. Andy was asking for your PayPal. I'm guessing it's Andy. LA, can you figure out who it is, or can you not? Oh, activity feed. Here we go. I found it. I found it. Andy, payback that I borrowed. Just the tip from Anonymous. Okay, wait. Wait. I think I know how to do this. Andy,
Payback that I
thank you.
borrowed.
Thank you for the $20. I had to re-enable my Stream Elements and replay the activity from Stream Elements dashboard.
Just the tip.
Thank you, Andy, for the $4, the $24.20. I don't know why you're paying me $20. I don't know why you're paying me 20 bucks or 24 bucks for that matter. But thank you for the money. Thank you very much. Okay. Where's the here it is. Sorry, I should not say bad things about other companies on my streams, but like that just pisses me off. Oh. My anger got the best of me. All right. I need to make a HR course for myself on like professionalism in the workplace, and then I'll watch it. I think I'm free tomorrow, Andy. Why are we doing Phasmo? Because I'll be there if that's what we're doing. Oh, beautiful. That works really nicely. Okay, cool. All of this is now fine. We got to be real careful with the area though, especially because of that one little cap. But yeah, that worked super nice. So we're gonna clean very gently with a gentle brush. It's my fault I turned off the tip command. No, it's not your fault, LA. I didn't realize it was as obsolete as your flux cleaner order. LA's just trying to trigger me. She's just trying her hardest to get me upset about the flux cleaner right now. You're editing tomorrow. LA is just like telling me what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm sorry, LA. I didn't realize that was I didn't realize that was the plan. You're editing tomorrow. That's crazy. I did not tell you, but my plan was actually to edit a little bit today, and probably I will be editing tomorrow, but I'm not gonna play Phasmo all day with Andy tomorrow. Don't make me the bad guy. You told me that. Okay, fair enough. Did I tell you that? Because I was planning on editing tomorrow. I thought you were just saying, because for the record, guys, she is 100% correct that I need to edit because I am so behind on videos. So this is not unwarranted from LA's part, to be fair, and she knows that. And she is a part of the business. We are paying her. She's an employee, and she does a lot of work for us. So this is more of a business conversation than a relationship thing, just so you guys know. At least you know your place, Zach. No, Cool Davy, that is not how it is. At all. Andy, wait, you would play with Andy all day. That's not true. Also, don't say it like that. That just sounds weird. You would play with Andy all day is crazy. Zach is editing tomorrow, yippee. And Andy's loving this. Yeah, Andy, I am free tomorrow. I just can't play all day because apparently I have to stream or edit. Ella, you're going crazy in chat. My goodness. All right. Cool. That is good to go. So we can pop a Pico on here now. I do have to kind of fix up the I don't even know how this would have been making connection. It looks like someone started to do the kamikaze and then gave up and did a .0 adapter. Like, what is going on? Something happened with this board. I think maybe someone tried to do a kamikaze install and couldn't get solder on there because that's covered up with mask, I think. What is going on? Because solder has never been on that point. So I'm very confused. It'll be usual time. Okay, good. I'll probably be done with editing by that time. Or close to it, at least. With what I need to do tomorrow. Am I tripping? That looks like solder has never touched that. Yo, thanks for teaching me to fix my old gear, man. Hey, thanks for watching the videos. And for popping in the stream. Yeah, okay, so that's that 0 point. It's just like all weird. Okay. Well, we can get some solder in there and just do a normal install then, because not really much else happening over here. Can cover that in some mask. It looks like they grinded like all of this and then they had to cover it. I'm leaving that. That looks like it's cured properly, so. Okay, I really want to ultrasonic this really bad, but let's just do one thing at a time here. Let me also really quickly correct this resistor because that's gonna make it annoying to put that flex on. So I'll just tap that quick with the iron, make sure it's not too hot. Do 350 on that one. Just gonna do it without solder on the iron, or too much solder at least. There we go, perfect. Cool, okay. And we'll get some solder on that little point down in there. And I hear Turon's incoming message. Hot air, no, 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 no. Ace, what's up? Nah, you're not tripping. Thanks. Probably made the hole, looked at the hole, looked at the size of their solder tip, and thought, F that. After like that beautiful looking, that's like not that bad of a kamikaze. I don't know why they wouldn't just like proceed with that. I don't, maybe, I don't know. Maybe they like weren't able to get solder on it. Yeah, I guess it's possible. Okay, solder paste. Not enough. Too much. But not all of that's gonna come off anyways. That's perfect. And let's push it in the hole. Here we go, guys. I'm gonna use hot air on a PCB. Sue me. And then we're going to throw on an FPC. I don't even know if my hot air is at the right temp. It's a little low. It'll work though. Okay, we're gonna grab the a new chip, brand new chip. Damn, I wanted, let's see. Okay. Yo, thanks for, oh, that was unethical. Thanks for joining on Twitch. You're putting extra strain on the PCB? No, no. Go away, Andy. I'll use hot air for like 8 times longer for like a QFN chip. No one complains about that. Oh, we have to also, can I replace that resistor while it's in the, while the flex is there? Yeah, probably. Whatever, the PCB's preheated, we'll pull that off now. Okay. Let's pin those. I have notes, but I'm pretty sure that that's oh, yuck, bent conical. Pretty sure that's 100 ohm. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's sort of it's not quite new, the FPC cable, but it is new, you know, in the last couple of years, I think. New for like the Switch modding scene, I guess, and how long that's been around. No, I don't mute my mic. It just I have background removal on. I'm using a VST plugin to kill background noise because my 7-month-old daughter likes to screech like a pterodactyl sometimes for fun. Okay, here, let's see. Do I have this? I could swear, yeah, 100 ohm. Cool. Let me put that on. Let's grab our 0201 resistor booklet and find 100 ohms. It should be somewhere in the beginning here. Nope. Definitely not. Here it is. Snag one of these. Okay, that flung to somewhere I'll never find. Alright, I think I dropped one in there. We'll see under the scope. I won't put these away until we get one on, because... Oh, also, where am I? Did I put those away? Good, I did. Okay, I just don't want to confuse it with the tape reel of caps that I have out. There it is. Fell into the SoC there. Woohoo, Andy. Happy engagement, Andy. Do you offer kamikaze installs? You can hit up our contact form on my website if you're interested in us working on a device. Okay. We're gonna reduce the airspeed. Crazy autocorrect. You guys are funny. Okay, let's put this on. Again, this is completely, I don't even understand what this is for, because it's some sort of pull down for the SoC, but there's essentially like no, seemingly no difference when it's installed or not. But I like to, you know, there's a reason for it, obviously. They put it on there. They're gonna remove everything that's unnecessary for cost purposes, so let's trust that the engineers over there know what they're doing and put the resistor there. Because I'm not an engineer. That's for sure. Okay. We have enough solder on the clock point. Kinda. I'm just gonna touch that up a little bit. We'll put a little bit more. Especially while the board's nice and preheated like that. It's gonna be nice and quick, especially with this annoying iron tip that I'm changing right away. I don't know why. Let's find the trusty knife tip here. Corndog asked for fails. He's going to send you a vanilla board he wants you to fail on. His kink, I guess, said Chris. That is funny. Okay. Let's put the FPC on that we were going to put on a moment ago. We'll pop on actually first. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put on the B wire since we have the board out. No need to scrape the trace. I like doing it this way when I can because it just feels cleaner than scraping the via if I don't have to. I'll do it if the board's installed in the console, but since we're taking it out to fix it anyways, we can let me I gotta tin this wire. Oh, I'm at 350. That is no way ever going to get the enamel off. Let's try that again. I also am not using tweezers right now. Probably should be. Cool. All right, let's put the resistors away so I don't lose those. I'm eyeing that Red Bull fridge and I'm really thirsty right now. But I'm not taking one yet until we have this in the board or in the console, which is momentarily because I need to clean this and then we'll put it in the board or in the board in the console and then we will finish up the. Oh, you know what I'm realizing? We're gonna have to take this out again. But we do need it in the console to diagnose, so. And it'll be easier to install everything once it's in the board. And I keep saying in the board. What am I saying? Is 350R too hot for BQ chip? No, 350 is perfectly fine. I was turning up my temperature when I saw it was at 350 because on my iron. Oh, but you mean hot air wise? It depends on your hot air station. 350 is fine. I use 375 quite often. My particular hot air station is pretty powerful though. I used to use 450 for a lot, but that's because I had an underpowered hot air station. My new one, if I use 450, it will delaminate boards instantaneously. It's too strong. So it depends on your hot air station. Because I used to run my hot air station at max like almost all the time when I had the quick, but now I have this 1400 watt station and it like if I do like 400 even, it's just like 400 actually I'll often use 400, but like 450, it goes up to like 500. This thing's crazy. I don't think I'll ever use 500 degrees Celsius. That just seems like a bad idea. On this station, at least. Again, on other stations, I'm sure 500 is perfectly fine. Okay. Like 1,000 watt station maybe, or 500 watt. Man, I'm so pissed about that RS order. I just like waited for zero reason because I didn't want to have to go through like the process of canceling and all that. Whatever, I'm over it. Okay, I'm gonna order that 18-liter thing of it. And we'll make a video or something or a short and I'll show you guys my big vat of flux cleaner that I ordered. Oh no, it's there. Don't tell me there's bent pins in there that I just. No. Okay. Then please. There we go. Okay, it was just stuck on flux or something. I don't know. Cool. Okay, we don't have to do the whole install here of the board because we're gonna take it out to clean it. But I just want to get the Pico installed. We can do some diagnostics and then we can hopefully fix it and then clean it and be done with this one. Okay, what time is it? 4. Not bad. Nanofix short nano in a bathtub of flux cleaner. Vat talk. I'm over it. Clearly not. Okay, you're not wrong, LA. But I'm over putting you guys through my moaning about it. Okay, let's put this. Who wants to be hired for HR? Who would be a good choice for HR in our chat? Who can keep me in check and have sensitivity training meetings with me and make sure I don't say like bad things about other companies that I probably shouldn't be. Babs, I worked in corporate America in the last 20 years. Oh, no problem. It's only Daz. I hit send on that like way too early because we're still not technically taking repairs. So you'll see that I followed up on that because I sent Ellie's email and I was like, oh crap, there's a reason why she left that. So today I learned that LA knows more about what's going on in the email inbox than I do, which is generally the case. Because I don't think LA can be HR. um, because we're related, right? There's conflict there. I'll be your anti-HR, like Bizarro Superman. I like that idea. That's a better idea. You need a shock collar, said Devil, that chat can control. The problem with that is Tehran's just gonna enable it while I'm doing a kamikaze, and then he's gonna like he'll send the command without hesitation on a customer board. So we can't be doing that, sadly, as much as I like the idea. That actually is such a good stream idea, though. There would have to be a cooldown on it, and it has to be like it would have to be members only, and it would have to be a board that I own. But I could do like, can I fix this board while my stream shocks me? that would be crazy. Let's do it. I'm gonna try to figure that out. I have to clean that, sadly. Charity stream shock color. Better have your ground strap on.
Just I will buy a new credit card for that.
Thank you for that one bit. I don't know why I didn't think about that. That's such a genius stream idea. That's like perfect 50K subs content right there. Give the remote to Ellie. She shocks you every time you're about to say something dumb. That would be like, that would be a problem, Devil, because that thing would be going off most of the stream, I think. Although I don't know if that's better than what you guys would do to me. I think I would prefer LA having the remote. YouTube prohibits that? I can't like you can't do shock collar content? What if I just tell people that it's like one of the vibrating ones and that I'm just overreacting to it? PR response. Nanofix clarifies no ill intent towards. Oh no, MG Chemicals is great. I love MG Chemicals. They're not the problem. It's RS. No ill intent towards MG Chemicals. We're disappointed about the flux cleaner, but remain grateful and supportive. No. This has no ill will towards RS or towards MG Chemicals. I love their flux cleaner. They responded instantaneously when I emailed them about it, saying that it was discontinued. So they actually gave me good info. And the only reason I held off was because two customer service people, two separate people, one on email and one on the phone, told me that it was still going to come. So I was like, okay, bet. I will wait. Okay, we're moving on, right? I totally mentioned that we're moving on from that. Sorry. I just had to clarify that it wasn't MG Chemicals that I'm mad at. I love MG Chemicals and I would marry them if I wasn't already married. Sounds like cam girl stuff. Is that actually like against YouTube terms to do that? Because that would be so sad. All right. This all looks pretty good. Of course, I'm gonna cover this in mask. But in case, you know, they somehow maybe severed this without, they definitely didn't because the board boots and can read from the NAND. So I am actually just gonna cover that. So we'll do that. Is that considered violent? A shock collar? Because it's not like, it'll just be like a little tingle, you know? I know they hurt, but you know what would actually be better? Is better than a shock collar would be one of those like, are they called MEMS things? Where the thing where you put the patch on and it makes your muscle contract? Because that would be funny while trying to like microsolder. Although I could like burn myself with the iron if you guys do it on my. That actually would be tens. Thank you. Tens thing. Is there damage? Tens unit. Yeah. That would be awesome. But that would also be like a massive safety hazard for me. I guess the shock collar would not be much better. I don't know. I'd have to figure that. Let me cook something up. We'll figure something out. And it won't violate YouTube TOS. Surely. Give the shock collar to Anakin? Like the remote, you mean? Imagine having to explain to my wife why I have an OnlyFans. It's a dude doing repairs and getting shock controlled by chat. He can't do it on YouTube. No, Elliot. Okay, this is getting a little. This is getting frisky. Let's move on. I don't like where this conversation is headed. I'm not a PG streamer, but you know, let's keep it on topic. Okay, that's good. This is good. This is good. Let's put the SoC one on, and we gotta be really careful about putting on the SoC. Just use the sound of crying instead. It's surprisingly effective. I don't think that would it would have to like hurt my ears probably for that to make any difference. All right. Hopefully this will line up fine. I think it will. Yeah, that's gonna be fine even for that diagonal one. On the left, we just gotta be really gentle with it. Okay. Great. That's perfect. Yeah, we got to be really careful with putting this on. So we're not going to try to do it in one go. I'm just going to be very, okay, this is getting clogged again. Even with the, I don't understand how it can get this clogged. There's got to be, I think there's like some little bit of solidified something in this syringe that's like, I've almost never had clogging problems with this flux with these sorts of tapered nozzles. I don't know. Bruh, read. It's fine. Just use the sound of baby crying instead. It's surprisingly effective because it's wired into our brains. Y evolution. I'm assuming you meant by evolution. To be fair, that's kind of needed in the repair scene. A lot of streamers swear a lot. I don't think it's a problem. I'm not trying to be like, you know, swearing all the time. But I'm not gonna, if I, accidentally pump 20 volts into a switch, I'm probably gonna say fuck. It's just gonna be the way it is. Can't really help that. Um, but yeah, I try to, be reserved. Cool, that's good. Cool. LA solders the clasp shut. What? What is going on? It looks so cursed. Yeah, it does, but there goes your family. Am I am I family friendly, Russ? Since when? I think people got that vibe like early on because I don't, but I think I've sworn in videos since since I started the channel. I don't I don't know where people are getting that. Every time, like there was a period of time during stream, if I swore at all, people were like, "Whoa, Zach, never heard you say that," and I'm like, "What?" There was no point in time where I was like trying to run a family-friendly stream. Apologies if you guys trying to watch with kids or whatever and would prefer not. But I can't promise anything. Sorry. This is live repairs, and unfortunately, I am human and mistakes happen, and I'll probably let some stuff slip. F word should be family friendly. This content meant for kids? Fuck no. Hello, Dave. Can always rely on you for a very tasteful comment. Good to see you. Since you got a family. I don't know about you guys, but I will not be sheltering my child from vulgarity. That's unfortunately part of the world we live in. And I think there are plenty of other things to worry about with raising a kid. Okay. Hit the road, Zach. I'm unsubscribing, my goodness. I don't think kids are watching, to be frank. We're all kids at heart. Roll with it. It's all good. I'm not concerned about it. Okay. Let's see if this glitches. Oh. In order to maintain your demographic, you have a swear timer like a shot clock. Whatever. Okay. Let's put on a shield if we have one. I think we do. Here it is. I'm gonna have to take this off at some point to ultrasonic the board. Let's see. Do we ultrasonic it now? I kind of want to see what Hecate says now. Let's proceed with the repair for now. I want to see what it does. We're gonna have to take this out, take the shield off, and all that stuff, but it's fine. Or even better idea, screw this. Let's just temporarily throw on the Pico without the shield. We don't need the shield on. Let's just save myself some time later. There's no reason. Hecate does not make the SoC get warm. Well, it warms up, but it's not gonna overheat in any way. Especially for how long we're gonna keep it on. So let's just connect this to the to the board, make sure it glitches, and we can try to figure out what's going on from there. Okay. Children, do I have to be the adult in the room? Fix the damn thing. That was one of the best comments I got. Oh, that's true, Oscar. I agree with that. That's why I'm not trying to just swear constantly. It's reserved for burning myself or RS canceling my flux order. Flux cleaner order. Okay, we're gonna just snip this guy. I wish you could hear how cute my daughter's being upstairs. She's going, she's learned to use the letter M now, so she goes mem 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 mem. And she's just been doing that for like 3 days. It's awesome. She'll like learn some sound and then she'll just do it over and over and over again for like 3 days or more. It's really funny. My iron temp is not high enough. There we go. Should be better. Much better. She probably speaks English better than me. I feel like running out of Q-tips. Yeah, I am. I got plenty though in the shelf. Oh, look at that mirror finish ground point there. That's like, I can almost see myself in that. Let's see, can I see myself? No. I think it's not the right angle. Okay. You can see my Q-tip in this B point though. Look at it. That's funny. Okay. M is one of the easiest sounds for them to learn first, hence the word mom. Yeah, I actually thought that might be why. It occurred to me the other day that mama makes a lot of sense. And it's probably for like a, or like papa. It's easy words to use for a baby. Okay. I never had thought about that until having a kid. If you can't fix your hair with solder, it's not good. Fix your hair? What are you talking about? Another idea for crowd interaction, we could change your settings on the fly. Settings for what? Like my iron? Start like burning a hole through the PCB randomly? Okay. We gotta get a, well, let's just see if it glitches first. Let's make sure it glitches. I'll do a little quick test with diode mode on all the points. We got 0.43. Clock has, come on. Clock is 0.46. 8 point is fine. That 0 is fine. Okay. Like still not used to these diode mode readings on this meter, and then I'm gonna have to get used to it again when I switch to the Rigel, whatever. Alrighty, this is good to go. Let's plug this in if it wants to get plugged in. Cool, and we can hit, oh actually, you know what, I do want the power volume flex installed because we're gonna want volume buttons, probably. Cool. Okay, let me get an SD card. Just have it ready to go. Let me get their SD card slot and everything. We'll do this in a second. I'm mostly interested in just seeing if this glitches right now, and then if so, we'll pop that in. Oh, well, the power button at least doesn't work. Let's see if it's the power button FPC. Yeah, okay. That must have broke. It's too bad. I actually need to order one of those because we used the last one of those yesterday that I have, or 2 days ago, I think. Anyways, okay, that works. And then official firmware is gonna probably do the exact same thing. Wow. Something, did I not? Oh, I didn't lock it down. No wonder. Goodness. So that, yeah, no, maybe. Oh, I did lock it down, but I just unlocked it to fix the power button, to press it with my tweezers. So this is probably not going to change this behavior, which is fine, to be expected. And instead, we're going to check Hecate for a couple things, and we can try a few things with unbricking as well. This probably would only need like a level 1 unbrick if it is that. We obviously would want a NAND backup as well if we're messing with the NAND contents. I mean, we want a NAND backup either way at this point because, yeah, we can't rely on the customer having one. And the power button doesn't work, so it's not going to force it off. Okay, so let's put this in. This doesn't feel right. Oh, okay. I think it's okay. Let me screw this down. Boy, turnover here is unreal. What do you mean? Oh, someone got hired? Who got hired? You're rehired? We owe you $20 anyways. Who's getting hired? Who are we hiring? Okay, this is still not going to work. Oh, it does work. Okay. Maybe I just didn't have the lockdown all the way on the FPC. Okay. So let's check what's going on. Do we have good initialization on the NAND? We do. All of the contents are the partitions are there. Let's check. So this would be on 21 or above. All right. Kind of crazy speedos. My God, look at those speedos. Wow. Better get this thing fixed. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to because it's already. Let's dump. Oh, this doesn't have the normal lockpick on it. I want the normal lockpick, so we're gonna do that. Let me let's turn this off. I'm gonna get. I think it's my other SD card that has that one on it. I also would prefer to have a screw on the bottom right there. Let's do that. I really want a Red Bull. I forgot about that. What's up, Spanky? Welcome in. Control Z.
Spanky is here, Zach. Get ready.
Oh God. Thank you for the 1-bit, Tehran. Where is my Jesus Christ?
The
God
chair
help
crew
us all.
begins.
So what's up, Spanky? Thank you for the 1-bit. Okay. Don't make me increase that. Don't do it. Because I will. Talking about speedos, you just reminded me that it's actually possible to increase the RAM on switches. Yes. Yeah, you can put two. I don't know if you could put two 8 gigs, but you can definitely put two 4 gig chips. I don't know what the max is that you can do. I've only ever done 2 4 gig chips. Okay, anyways. This one is gonna have the, I'm gonna flip this around and hold the, this one's gonna have the right lockpick payload on that I want to use. There we go. So we're gonna do this, dump. Okay, cool. It successfully did all that, so that's great. Okay, let's turn it on again, and I want to, let's see, I think I want to run a NAND backup on this. Let's check everything else though. This is fine. The fuel gauge is fine. The power management ICs look fine. BQ chip looks fine, and our M92 looks fine. So yeah, I mean, everything checks out. It's probably software related. Let's try one more thing though. Let's launch into the SysMMC custom firmware, because this can sometimes, for certain firmwares on brick consoles. What kind of software do I use for repairing? Like in general? No, this seems to be, actually this sometimes is what happens, and then you restart and then it will work. So I guess we'll see. But I use Flex Board View for board view schematics, which is this software here. I use Sumatra PDF just for like schematics that are like standalone, or for board views that are like PDF board views. I'll use, I guess we're gonna try just force reboot and try again. Please see my above. Okay, I gotta scroll up, Chris, one sec. See my question above. No, Zach said Spanky. Oh no, sit down. Okay. What's your question above? Third attempt landing. I think I drilled through .0 and soldered to what I think was left of the trace. Diode reading is around 0.45. Still says missing .0. What do? Does it boot into official firmware, Chris, or no? I'm assuming it won't, right? Oh, that just did like the... Wait, why is it not displaying? What's going on? Oh, maybe this got unplugged partially. No? Huh? Okay, let's take out the SD card and see. Like, it's not going to be a display issue, of course. Okay. Let's just try booting official firmware now, see what happens. We just had a new hire sign into a prod namespace using someone else's credentials. Oh boy. That's no good. What, with like private keys, Babs? Like they're sharing private keys or something? Yeah, it's trying to do something with the SD card and like failing. But it was fine before, so I'm confused. Let's try putting the SD card in again. Andy. Hey, but that's so far away. Please answer Zach's cute. Your comment about my comment didn't make me feel good at all. Oh, I'm sorry, Daves. I love your no filter comments. I think they're funny. I wasn't offended at all, but I like your comments, Dave, for the record. I didn't mean for that to be offensive. So sorry, Daves. Was not my intention. Please forgive me. Okay. It's fine now all of a sudden? Okay. Let's try this again. Are you talking? Oh, congratulations, Andy. He decrypted their credentials. I don't understand. That is crazy. I swear I can actually code. I don't want Nano hating me because I use Cloud to get out of paying extra money. All right. Dave, you're just honest about things. That's all I meant. You don't sugarcoat things, and I like that about you. You just say it like it is. That's all I meant. It's a good trait. LA's like that too. Okay. Jump on Fortifix and use the layer tool to see the depth of the damage. Most of the time, this is enough to understand the issues. Yeah. So if you drill too deep and it doesn't boot into official firmware. Oh, he said, I don't know if it does. I haven't tried, but let's assume both cases. Okay, if it does boot into official firmware, you're probably not gonna have any issues with the kamikaze area. Or you're not gonna have any issues with the kamikaze area if it so sorry, Dave. Please forgive me on that. I didn't mean for that to come off that way. I love you, man. I really appreciate you in the streams, and I hope you don't take offense to that too much. That was my bad, my friend. Respect is important to me, and I can appreciate how that was on out of pocket on my end. So sorry, Dave. You're the man. But yeah, so Chris, if it boots, then it's totally fine. Like the kamikaze area will be fine. It just might mean that like you didn't get a good solder connection to it. But if it's severed, if the .0 connection is severed, and it's as long as we can appreciate Andy and his new wife. That sounds good. We can at least agree on that. um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, if it doesn't boot though, then like if it's severed or if it's shorted to ground, it will not boot into official firmware. It'll get stuck in first stage. You'll have 150-ish milliamp current draw getting stuck around there, or 100 milliamp. And then you'll have to repair the .0 trace essentially. And then yeah, you'll want to use Fortifix's layer viewer to see. What I'll mention, Chris, is if you look at the layer view, let me open this quick so I could show you what I mean. All right, it's like around here, right? So if we go in, you've got the .0 point here. This is it. I like to look at it this way. It's just easier to work on the board this way. So here's your .0 point, and it connects to the SoC over here. So if you severed or dug too deep, you're gonna have dug down to this layer, and you'll see this little donut looking via. If you see that, you have absolutely dug too far, and you can know for sure you severed it, because if you see this little circle, it means that you've gone directly through the trace connecting it to the SoC. So you essentially need to connect, you have to find this side of the trace and connect it to the donut, and then you'll be good. What's the point next to it? So you're talking about this. This is DAT2. This is the DAT2 trace. And he said no, Yeti. Does that make sense, Chris? So this also oftentimes gets severed. If you dig too deep or too wide of an area and you go too deep, you'll also have severed this, and you'll need to connect this to this. So you have to kind of expand your hole a little bit and find these two traces and make sure they're connected to their respective vias there, or the actual vias here. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's a little bit of a rough process, but I think you could do it probably, Chris. I don't think you'll have too much issues with it. It's just you're gonna want to like be really, really intentional with your grinding, if that makes sense. I have a video actually. The repair I did yesterday, Chris, the stream I did yesterday is probably going to be very similar to what you're going to need to repair. So you could check that whole stream of me fixing that kamikaze might help you out a little bit. I did try to explain my thought process while pointing out a real world situation where you'll see those braces on the left and then the stuff on the right. What does the donut with the via connect to? It connects to the NAND on the other side. So the dot zero trace is a trace that goes between the SoC and the NAND.
Shame on you. We re-congratulate Andy's engagement and you're yapping here.
Congrats, Andy, on your engagement. Okay, let's just spreading misinformation about Andy. I like that bit of just gaslighting everybody about what Andy's up to. Okay. I think we back up the NAND right now before we do anything else, unfortunately. So that's not going to work. Obviously, we don't have a MUMMC created on this. Out of curiosity, let's just see what this does. It's going to do the same thing, but I just want to see what it does. I can't tell if Andy's actually engaged or if it's like Russ's birthday. LA, you can bet pretty heavily on the fact that if Ace and like Chris and all those guys from Andy's stream are repeating something over and over, you can bet with good confidence that it's a lie. Okay, I don't know why I keep trying to turn this. Oh, wait, the power button works now, so it should work. The force shutdown. The fact that Ace said it twice was why I got confused. That should reinforce the fact that it's a lie, especially Ace saying it twice. Oh, okay, Soul, thank you. Connect to your, and you need this atmosphere. Okay. Before I do anything though, I am gonna get a NAND back up here, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit on this one while we get a backup because I don't want to do anything really at this point until we have one. So I'm gonna put this aside, and we have another console we can check out, which has a very similar problem actually. It's on a donor board though, so I really have no idea what could be going on with that because I don't know what I replaced if I ever tried to. It's like a donor I am coming back to after like years. And I haven't touched it really outside of I think we replaced the network IC, the Wi-Fi Bluetooth IC. I'm gonna just throw this on a charger over here. Just making sure this is charging. Yep, good. Okay. We'll let that do its thing. It's gonna take a half hour or so. Okay, so that'll be nice to have that NAND back up, and then we can go from there. Inconceivable. Ace is Australian, and as we all know, Australia was founded by thieves. Princess Bride. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I need a Red Bull. That is what I need. Yeah, marriage fund for Andy. All right. Also, hello, Russ.
Better bet we're all convicts. So where's your wallet?
Okay. I am going to. I haven't touched this since we replaced the Wi-Fi IC on this, so I think this has a similar problem. Where's my tweezers? Here they are. Yo, Renzu, thank you for the Prime sub. I'm gonna press the power button. I believe this does something similar. And I'm realizing now I don't know if I have a backup for the NAND on this one. And I also don't, oh, it must have the original NAND contents, unless I did an unbrick at one point on this. No, I probably wouldn't have because it wasn't even getting to this point. So I don't know why I would have. So we do need a NAND backup on this too, unfortunately. We don't have a Pico installed. We have half of a Pico installed. But let's do the same diagnostics on this guy and see if we catch anything different. Or if it's behaving exactly the same, like voltage wise. This should be fun to check these side by side. Maybe they have the exact same issue. So again, I believe this is the one we did on stream when we didn't have anything else to do, where we replaced the Wi-Fi IC and it fixed the weird like 40 milliamp draw situation we had on this. Did you see the Odyssey? No, it's funny. I got asked that like twice by two different friends the other day. I really want to watch that though, for sure. This is a mess. Who knows what's going on there? I think this was one that had like a really bad rip traces and stuff. Who was that? Devil, thank you for the Prime sub for 2 months. Thank you, Devil. Okay. So, let's check while we wait for the backup on the other one, let's check what's going on this one here. We can check the little chip on the SoC there, but that's not going to be it because it's getting pretty far. But yeah, let's check the. Oh, this reset wire is kind of just hanging there, just chilling. I hope that wasn't touching anything. It shouldn't have been. We can plug this in to the bench power supply and see what it does. Probably going to do something pretty similar if I were to guess. Current draw wise, probably going to look exactly the same, but maybe not. So we should also check on this one and on the other one thermal behavior. But yeah, so this is doing something similar where it's going to boot. You can see it's booting on the top left with the current draw, but now it's going to go probably down. Oh, okay. This one has a way different current draw where it gets stuck at. So this one's getting stuck at 230 milliamps instead of the other one, which was like 180 or something. Yeah, the cap is not going to be our problem on this one. There's SP1 and SP2 are gone. Probably from when I removed the SoC FPC, if I were to guess. So that's different behavior. Wow, were you guys able to hear my daughter there? She just made the loudest sound. I'm gonna just take this. I don't know. I'll just leave it like this for now, because we're probably gonna install a Pico on this momentarily to try to figure out what to do next on this one too, because this might have a different problem. This seems like it might be a different problem. Let me get this back to where it was. We're gonna check voltages on this one too, see if we have the same exact kind of voltages as we do on our other one. So there we go. It's stuck now. Who was that? Andy, thank you for the Prime sub. Much love, Andy. Okay, 4 volts. 0.8. So this is different. We're getting a different voltage. I think this is making it actually a little bit farther than the other one. Because we have 0.6 here, which we should, but we have 0.8 here, which is what we should have. On the other one, we have 0.6, which usually is when it gets stuck in a boot sequence. And I think that's... we have nothing here, as expected. What about 3.3? Probably. Yep, we have 3.3. What about all the ones on the back? Oh, see you, Ghazi. Tracy is a lucky woman. 1.8 is good. 1.3 is good. And this one is at 0.8 instead of 0.6. So this is clearly getting a little farther. I think 1.1. Who really knows? We're gonna do the same thing on this. We're gonna do the installation, finish the installation on this because clearly the install got taken out. I don't care so much for about the caps on this one, so we're not gonna futz around with all that. We're just gonna install the Pico on this one. I have the correct SoC flex for this chip. This is the 3-in-1s I used to use a while back. So we have those here. Remeasure 77812. I think I need to check something. I think GPU is not booting. So it was, I'll tell you right now, I'll just point out what it was. On this one, we have nothing on these two, which is normal for when it's at this point, like getting stuck at this point. Like, so if there's a software issues, this will shut down. So this will come up at first and it will shut down. That's usually 0.6, I think. And then we have 0.8 down here on this one and 0.6 up here on this one. On the other one, and I found this to be the case, this one here will be like 0.6 if it doesn't make it far enough. And that's the case on the other one. So this will be 0.6. This is, by the way, so this is a different console. If you didn't catch me switch, I'm backing up the NAND on the first one we were working on now and working on this one in the meantime. They have the same issue though, where they get stuck on the Nintendo logo. This one has different voltages here than on this one. This one actually has 0.8 on vCore here. And then, you know, has all the other ones. Oh, actually, we should check if it has, I'm curious if it has 1.2. Probably. It probably has 1.2. I'm guessing. Let's just do this one really quick. And out of curiosity too, we can measure this side, and I think it's gonna, this side here is gonna come up as soon as it makes it past like first stage, and then it's gonna go away. So watch, this should, I think, once it goes up, maybe it happens so fast that we can't get the reading. So I would have to scope that, I guess, but we also have, oh, it turned off because it disconnected from ground. Let me just turn this off for a second, pull off this shield. I don't care about this. Okay. What was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna show you on here. This one is at 0.8 back here as well, instead of 1 volt. Could be SoC failure. UART log will help. Okay, cool. BDD GPU. You're talking about the one over here, right? That's for the GPU. Yeah, 0.8 vCore over here. Which I've seen I see very often. It gets stuck it gets throttled to 0.8 when it realizes there's a problem. I don't know why it does that. Okay, cool. That's good to know about I actually didn't know what this one was for. I know one of these is for RAM. It's like MIO or whatever. I can't remember which one. I think it's the top one. And it goes, I can check on the board view. I always just have to reference the board view because I just can never get these straight. Yeah, so this one's like for the RAM, and then this one is, I don't know, it's another SoC rail that's separate from these phases. It's like a completely separate rail. And this will go to like 0.8 most of the time. But this is VDD CPU, okay. And this would be VDDQ, right? That makes sense. Okay, so I knew one of these was VDDQ. I didn't know what this was. So that's for the GPU. Interesting. And then this, I know that's vCore, right? As far as I understand. I got that all correct, Soul? Or am I mixing some up? Just want to make sure because you would know. Yes, okay. So actually, let me just label these now that you're saying these because I didn't know about this, what this was. So we're gonna, I just want to label these. So this one you said was VDD GPU. And it didn't save that because let's just do this VDD GPU. And then we have this one, which is VDDQ. Good. And then we have this one, which you said was VDD CPU. CPU. And then this one is VDD SoC. Oh, wait. Why do I have this here? I think that was from the... So it's this, right? And I should put, actually, I should make sure. I already have voltage readings here, so whatever. Yeah, so this is from a working board. Okay, yeah, so this would be, I know these are separate rails, like I know these aren't connected here, this one and this one. But that's great to know. Thank you for the names of those. That's very helpful. I wasn't aware that this was GPU. I knew this one that's connected to the RAM is obviously MemIO, and then this is like obviously some other rail for the SoC, but I didn't realize it was that. I guess that makes sense because these are two separate rails and generated by two separate power management ICs. Okay, anyways, cool. Very helpful. SoC should be, yeah, 1 volt on boot. Then it should be 6.6, 600 millivolts. Interesting, 0.6. I have seen that, but only when it's stuck, I think. Because like when it's booted, I think like fully booted, I think I've seen that be 1 volt. Or am I smoking something? Because we could check with a board that's functional. Like this board should boot all the way, and I'm curious what that rail reads as. By the way, this is extremely helpful, so I appreciate you sharing. Let me boot this. Yeah, so this boots all the way. This one won't get stuck, and we can check. I'm curious once it's booted what you called VDD SoC. I just always called it vCore. Okay, so oh, you're right. Wow. Okay, so it is 0.6 is the target after the fact. So it is 1 volt in first stage maybe. Oh, and then it's gone obviously in sleep because the console was sleeping, and then it's interesting. Cool. I would love to, you know what, what I should probably do is just probe all of those with the scope and check on a working board the boot sequence, and we'll be able to see that visually. Let's actually do that. Fuck it. Let's just do that now. While we have this out and we're waiting for the NAND backup. I'm just very curious because it is kind of applicable to figuring out which stage each of these are getting stuck in, because I'm pretty sure this board is getting stuck on a different part in boot than the other one on the customer's device. I have to do measure it also depends on ambient temperature. Interesting. Could be power management IC compensating. Yeah, I guess under load maybe it would it change? I don't know. Probably, right? Um let's see. Let's check on the scope. Why can't I open my There we go. What's up, Ranzu? Welcome. I didn't see you pop in. Power management IC is built to compensate for the voltage drop. Oh, I see. Okay. I think this is gonna be on soon. My Regal takes an amazing amount of time to turn on. But we should at least be able to see it turning on. And I'm curious on that, how that behaves. So we'll just probe this while we turn it on from the back here with the tweezers and see what it does. Very curious to see what it does on a working console. I'm assuming we'll see what you explained, where it'll go. I think the console has passed a large amount of boot check, but it's getting stuck at the PCV load. I don't know why it's stuck at 0.8. Okay, 0.8 is very common in my experience, so with stuff stuck in first stage. As far as I've experienced, but thanks for the info, Soul. You have a great rest of your day. Appreciate you. How thick is the insulating layer on a switch PCB? I don't know, actually. Wriggle. Man, this is taking Wriggle. You making fun of how I say Regal? Regal. Rigel. Let's see. I have to look this up. How is it boot looping? What's going on? Usually does not take this long to start up. How is Rigel pronounced? I will, so I will. And this stuff you sent in general? I saw that, yeah. I have that downloaded. I'm just waiting on a backup, on a NAND backup. But yeah, thank you. Goodbye. I gotta reboot this. What is going on with this? This should not be taking this long to start. It takes a while sometimes, but not that long. Oh no. I really hope I don't have to fix this or send it to them. That would be very sad. Let's check how the backup's going. Yeah, we're about halfway down on the NAND backup on that one. I'm really curious. I really want to see how this works. Voltage references need to warm up. Okay, well, I'll let it do its thing. I just have never seen it take that long. Usually it'll take like 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. It's doing something, so I'll let it do its thing. There we go. It did the thing it normally does, where it like clicks. Yeah, I didn't do that last time. Okay. That's usually how long it takes, not how long it was taking before. Okay, let me zoom in a little this way. Let's reset this. So we're gonna go to like where 1 volt. I probably could click this in and make it go faster, but I don't really want it to. Okay. Let's see, what is it gonna do if I do this? Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. Okay. Great. And I'm gonna do rolling mode because I think we'll actually be able to see over time. Um, I guess we'll do like, I don't know. And then why is it? I thought this was on rolling mode before. I guess not. Oh, it is. Okay. I don't know what I did. Maybe the channel just wasn't on or something. I think it was because it had the units. Okay, cool. So we're good. We're working. That's a little bit too intense. We don't need it that. Could probably do 1 second per division there. I think that's plenty. Okay. Let's see what it does now. So I'm curious how this rail behaves on a working console, and then we can compare how, the sequence to the non-working ones and see if they're stuck at the exact same place or if they're slightly different. This is not really conclusive. It's just gonna be helpful. That's the thing with English. One word can be pronounced however the person feels like every other day. That and measurement. It's like English speaking people hate consistency. Rigel. Phonetic spelling regal. Emphasis placed on the first syllable regal. The electronics equipment manufacturer is pronounced like the word regal, rhyming with eagle. So I've been saying it right, I guess. But everyone else says rigel. So unless this is incorrect, because it could totally be wrong. Wriggle. There's no way it's wriggle. Someone Raygo. Does your chat go away because of the scope? My chat goes away because I am not really doing anything right now. Like anything of interest. Okay, let's probe this and press the power button, which is this one way over here, I believe. Yes. Okay, we do see it goes from 0.8 to 1, I think. Stop it. Oh, almost missed it. Cool. Okay, so we're seeing the whole thing. So it goes from 0.8 to 1 to 0.8 to 0.6. So let's I probably could record a little bit longer, so we'll do that in a second, but that is cool. Let me increase this scale a little bit. Yeah, I can see it's about at 1 and then 0.8. This is the one thing about, because this scope takes so many samples and I just let it take all the samples it wants. It's slow to move around, but I don't care because it's crazy powerful. Okay, so we got 0.8, 1 volt, 0.8, 6 volts, or 0.6. That's sick. I never knew that. Okay, so let's do that again, but let's capture a little bit more. We'll do 2 seconds per division. Should be enough to capture the whole boot sequence. Let me run again. I don't know why. Maybe it needs a trigger to start rolling. I don't understand. Do I have to tap it? Yeah, okay. Oh, it's because it's off screen because it's at 0. Okay, we don't care about that. It was just off the screen. That makes sense. Okay, let me turn this on again. And we'll do the same thing and hopefully capture the whole shebang this time. So we got 0.8, 1 volt, 0.8, 0.6, and then I think this is when it's fully booted. Yeah, it's fully booted now. Cool. Okay. So that is very interesting information to have. Let's take a little screenshot of that. Keep that in my notes. Unplug the ground from your scope. You mean like take off this ground? Isn't that gonna make it more noisy? What do you mean, Babs? Just like take this off? Is that what you mean? Is that gonna make it less? I feel like isn't ground help with the noise? Also, am I running on? I must be running on the right on 10x. Yeah, because these probes are 10x probes. They don't have the switch on them like my DHO does. Nope, the green plug in the back. Oh, I don't have that connected. It's just plugged into USB-C. What's the least expensive scope that you would use? Oh, I would recommend for a good one that's like not crazy expensive. Not this one, but the two channel version of this is really good. And you can modify it to you can like flash a different. This is dusty because I haven't been using this, but you can flash it to get a bit of a better bandwidth out of it, and I think even potentially a higher sample rate. I can't remember what you can unlock with like a modified version of the firmware. There's a whole, and you can do it with the DHO 802 and the DHO 804. So I'd look into the DHO 802. It's a really nice scope for like the price. I wouldn't call it like it's cheap for a scope, but I don't know what you mean by cheap because scopes are just not cheap as a whole. So compared to other scopes, it's cheap, I would say. What did LA say? He's ignoring you. Stream cord is down. Are you joking? Did our Discord stuff not work? It's fine. Surely they'll come back. We're not touching anything on that because yeah. Stream elements new thing. I don't understand. $400? That sounds about right for the DHO 802. DHO 802. I mean, it depends what you're trying to do with it. Like if you want to get a scope that's gonna last, yeah, it's like 350 US on DigiKey, the 802. Oh, everything's gone. Oh, thank you, LA. That's Streamlabs, LA. That's one sec. It's because I don't have it probably on my oscilloscope thing. One sec, let me fix that. Oh, and the chat wasn't working. Sorry, guys. There we go. They're working now.
Wriggle.
Nah, not wriggle. That's crazy that it says wriggle. That is crazy. Thank you for the 1 bit turn on. And thank you, LA, for the heads up. Okay. Anyways. Babs, out of curiosity, why did you say to remove the ground like banana jack? Because I don't even have one plugged in right now. Yeah, that's correct, Dave. Yeah. It depends on what you're doing. Because like electronics work, even 2 channels is a little limiting, but you can do a lot with 2 channels. And it's the 4 channel ones are kind of expensive for like, entry level scope. But I did go for the 4 channel one when I bought mine because I wanted a little bit of yeah, 350 is really good for the DHO 802. That's seemingly how much it is right now on DigiKey. Here, check this out. $300, $350. This is a really nice scope. And you can flash again, you can flash it to get better. I think you can get like a little over 100 megahertz if you flash the modified firmware from but anyways, I'm gonna keep saying Regal because that's just what I've been saying, and I don't have to do as much brain power. Okay, so let's check now with let's do the same thing with this one on the same power rail. So that was with a working board. Your scope is getting noise. I presume it's from switching power supplies. It's got to be on your neutral line. Isolation transformer is sadly the fix. Oh. You think it's from the power supply getting plugged into the Oh, you're right. Even when it was at 0, it was really noisy, wasn't it? I'm not gonna move anything now because I want to compare perfectly but we'll check we'll try to figure out what the noise is after. Maybe it's my, you know what it might be? Babs is my HDMI output that I have. We can actually look now if that's the case. So I'm touching it with my finger, although that's always gonna be AC, so I won't. That's not a good test. We'll check that in a moment. I can try unplugging HDMI output and see if that's what's causing problems, because that would be grounded. I don't know how I would fix that if that's the case, unfortunately. I guess like it's just not going on. There we go. All right. Pressing power button. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it does the same thing in the beginning. That makes sense. It's going from point 8 to point 1, and then it goes all the way down to point 6 immediately. So that's a big difference, right? So right about in the middle there is where we're having problems. I need scope to see the start signal. Every once in a while, the car will not start. Ah, I can't help you there, Dave's, with the scope suggestion because I don't know what the like. I guess the application is, even though you just said it, I don't quite understand how that signal would be captured. I guess like that's just one signal, right? But it sounds like you might want to have many channels. I know they make scopes specifically for car work where they're like standalone units and headless units and you plug them into a screen or a computer. All right. Okay. Let me take a screenshot of this. So this is a switch that's getting stuck. And we're seeing 0.6 essentially. Well, is that like, it's hard to say because it's so noisy. Maybe that's 0.8, but it's like a lower 0.8 than the first one. Unfortunately, we can't test the other one yet until the backup is done, which it's getting there, right? 77%. Meanwhile, we can actually, you know what? While we're here with all this, I'm curious to see. Let's try to fix first the noise on the scope because I don't think it has always been that noisy. I suppose it could be the USB-C power supply. Oh, okay. So it's actually not all that noisy. I thought at 0 volts it would be the same amount of noise, but it's something to do with the way I'm probing. So it might be from the Corad from my bench power supply. I don't know. Anyways, let's check if we move this down again. Oh, that's perfect. That'll be a lot easier to figure out what the hell's where. Picoscope. Okay. What I wanted to test was, actually, let me just, let's do the working one first. So I'll do this one, and I want to check on this side what's going on with this, if we get anything out of this on boot. Or when we get this, I guess is more the question. Yeah, so you can see, Babs, as soon as I touch, I don't even have my bench power supply on, but it's plugged in. I mean, the bench power supply is on, but it's plugged in. And as soon as I touch something on the switch, even though the switch is not powered, we get noise. So what if I unplug the ground from my bench power supply? Still noisy. If I unplug this, less noisy. So it's my bench power supply, I guess. Or this is probably acting as an antenna for ground. That's probably what's going on. I don't know. That's my guess. This is probably picking up the 60 hertz. So it's probably my crappy adapter here, if I were to guess, causing us problems. Because if I connect ground here, are we going to have... Oh my lord. Let's plug the ground connector in. Okay. Not as bad, right? But if I plug in this now with my little antenna here. Okay, it's still bad. So it's like both. It's this and this. It's my bench power supply essentially. Oh yeah, I guess I could do from a battery. I could do from a battery. That's a very good idea. Then we'll get less noise. Where'd my battery go? Oh, the battery's my test battery's being used. I'm sure I have another one somewhere, but we'll just use this. Okay. So again, this is the working board, and we're gonna check what Sol called BDD GPU, I believe. Let me double check that. Yeah, BDD GPU. Sorry, that was me grabbing the probe. Okay, so still some noise, even with just the battery, which is interesting. So if I like unplug this, if I unplug the battery, we're gonna get the same amount of noise. I see, okay. So it's not as much noise, I think, as when we had the power supply plugged in, like if I had this on here. And this contributes to the noise for sure. This, and then I think this does the most. Anyways, okay. Let's do this and see how this behaves. That is the wrong side to press. I think it's turning on, but this rail doesn't come up until second stage, so we're going to see it spike up in a moment here, I think. Unless I didn't hit the power button. Oh, I don't know, Babs. I could look. That's a good question. I didn't know that was a thing until your stream, and I don't think I messed with it. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I think the first blip, so this is working. This is at 0.6 over here, which is the correct voltage. But I think that little first blip is where it first turns on. Let's try that again. And we could check the thing that Babs talked about. Let's see. In the trigger menu. Oh, there's no trigger menu right now because it's on rolling mode. Would it be on here? Noise reject? Or is it really only in the... I guess that would maybe be either in vertical or in trigger. Yeah, because I can't open the... I guess I could turn off rolling mode. Button far right side. Oh, like click...
Try to jiggle
yeah.
the wriggle, might help.
If you're talking about the trigger button, it doesn't work in rolling mode. Whether I press it on the screen or the trigger button. I could turn it off. I could turn off rolling mode and then try opening the trigger menu. And now we have noise reject. But is that going to apply if we turn off triggering by putting rolling on again? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Let's see. Maybe this will be less noisy now. A little bit, I think. I can't tell, to be honest. Yeah, rolling was on. Try to jiggle the wriggle might help. Thank you for the 1 bit. Sorry, I was like so in my brain when you sent the TTS. I didn't process that. LA, what do you do? LA's having jiggle your wriggle. Okay, anyways. I think that may have helped actually, even if the trigger menu's not enabled anymore. Let's see, out of curiosity. Let me turn on rolling, off rolling again. And then turn off noise reject, and we'll do the same thing. Oh, except it won't. We'll have to capture. Oh, oh, that was me touching it. Hold up. Yeah, it seems a little bit better with it on. I'm triggering it with my finger. And we'll see it in a second, I think. I don't actually know where the trigger level is. There we go, yeah. I don't know, I can't tell if that changes anything. Anyways, let's put it back to... I don't really mind the noise at the moment. That would be nice to figure out how to remove. I could probably put a low pass filter. I don't think I have messed with that too much yet. I'm not triggering anything right now. But you're right. My trigger was at 1.3 volts. Okay. We're just using rolling mode here to try to figure out visually how each of these boot sequences look. So let me press the power button and we'll see how this behaves. I think that little spike there might be my power button press, and then that is like second stage. We need to compare this with the graph. So this is the working board. This is on currently. That definitely has way less noise with the battery than with the power supply. That's for sure. Yeah, I think the reason it's rolling actually is because I set it to auto, and I think when I zoom out enough on the horizontal scale, it just starts rolling mode automatically, as far as I've experienced on the wriggle. On the Regal. Wish I had grabbed one of those special edition scopes. Oh, it's so nice, dude. But they have similar scopes, just I don't think at the same price point. But you might be able to pick up a 900 series that's used for like similar price to what they were selling these for. Yeah, you definitely can. Yes, it uses a NAND. Yeah. I'm just scoping this because I'm curious about how the SoC voltage rails function over time, because I have never actually gotten this in my brain, and I've noticed a lot of changes depending on the boot sequence, like that it's stuck in the boot stage that it's stuck in. So I'm pretty sure we're seeing the power button press was that first little blip here, right here, and then this is going to be when it starts second stage, and then this is like when the OS is fully on, I think. Um, so like I think this is where we see the first Nintendo logo, that little blip. But we can compare that side by side. Let me just grab a screenshot of that to the boot stages of the VDD SoC, or what I used to call VCore. So let's check based on these screenshots side by side the timings, because I haven't changed the horizontal at all. I don't think it's 2 seconds per division on both of these. So wait, that was not the working one. I have to open the working one to get a good. Yeah, okay, cool. Here, check this out. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at right now. My microscope is in the way. Okay, so here. Oh wait, I know that's not the right. Here we go. Yeah, cool. Okay, so bear with me on these. This is not, the timings on this are not perfect because I started and stopped it in different times at different points. But check out this. So this here is our, with more noise because we were using the bench power supply. This is our GPU rail, which should be, sorry, my bad, that's incorrect. This is our VDD SoC rail. It's the one that should be like 1 volt on the back. Oh, nice. Cool, good stuff, Creased. I think I might actually use your payload today, like in 2 seconds here. Once I get this thing fully. I think it might pass all the checks though, if I were to guess on your payload, but we'll see. I'm curious because it's getting stuck on the second Nintendo logo, and I think that's going to probably pass all the hardware checks that your payload would maybe do, but maybe not. Well, we'll give it a shot. Okay, so this is the power button press, almost certainly here. And then this is going to be probably the equivalent of, let's see if I line this up. It's like here, right? That's going to be this. So this is going to be here, which I believe is going to be second stage or the beginning of second stage. And then we have this, which is clearly the same size as this, and that's booted fully. So we don't really get our voltage. We get a little tiny blip here, which we got twice in a row on our working board test from the GPU. So it does do a little spike, and then it does, the GPU rail turns on all the way once we're loaded. Yeah, that crease, that's what Crease, that's what Soul was saying. I gotta try that out. I haven't tried that yet. He sent me the pictures for um the serial thing, which I've never tried. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm excited to mess with that. So hold up. Anyways, this is just sort of for fun. Outside of the fact, it's not for fun. It's good information to have for me to see, like, if, for example, we know now 0.8 volts could be getting stuck here or here, you know, and we're not getting into official firmware where I didn't realize it's actually 0.6. I've just had it in my mind that it's 1 volt, because sometimes it gets stuck in first stage and you'll see 1 volt. Sometimes it gets stuck in first stage and you'll see 0.8. I don't think I've ever seen 0.6 when it's stuck, but we have that happening on this one over here. So that's probably actually the one over here is actually probably making it farther into the boot sequence than the one we have on the bench, right? Because the one we have on the bench did this, which I'll open in a sec here. Actually, I can just open it right here. It did, okay, that's the thing from Soul. This, where it's getting stuck at 0.8 and it doesn't go to 0.6. So I'm wondering if we scope the same thing on the customer's board, which I probably should be backed up by now. Yes, it is. Good. Cool. So we can scope the exact same thing on this board. And I'm really curious to see, let's put everything else away because we don't need to do anything else with these for now. I'm more focused on, oh, there goes the battery. I did that twice today. That is incredible. Anyways, good thing that the backup was done. Where is my, here it is. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, actually, should we do crease payload now? I guess we should do that now. This is, Jesus Christ. What just happened? Okay, here's the screw. This poor SD card slot. Okay. Let me put a little sticky thing here so I don't drop the battery again. I'm not going to use Tessa tape because I don't want it in there permanently. I just want that to not go anywhere when I pick up the damn switch. Let's test. Okay, we're good. uh, Scene. Oh, thank you. So sorry. Thank you, Babs. I should make a little ping that mods can use or something and then give you guys, a couple guys. I should mod like one or two people. I know Soul's left. Soul, does the UART logs with your patches are on the UART line available on the Joy-Con route? Oh, you're talking to Soul. Yeah, I have no idea. Zach, you should get a right Joy-Con rail and solder it on it. That gives you a really nice tool to quickly diagnose switch with UART without any soldering. Oh, share you the link to prepare the UART jig, but it's not necessary for my payload. That is very cool. Please do share. I would love to mess around with that as well as your payload, which we'll try now. I haven't tried it yet, so we're gonna do that now. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in the computer, even though I could just use the USB thing. I just do this. Oh, did I just click? Did I tell? I hope I didn't tell Windows to scan this stupid thing. I do have a UART adapter for. Oh, I don't know if I have a 1.8 volt one though. I have no, I don't. I only have one that does 3.3. Unless, yeah, I think I only have one that does 3.3. Okay, that sounds good. Creased. So for the payload, do you launch the payload and you have it connected via like to a terminal or something? I haven't messed around with this yet, but if you want to help me set this up, I would love to try this right now. Let me go download the thing you sent. I should pin it, honestly. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna pin your message. Pin message. Okay. Oh, I see. So I can just run the payload. Okay, I see. Okay. Let's just do that then for now. What is the like oh, you have like an edit emulator, payload emulator. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Okay. Let me grab your payload. I'm assuming it's just the hardware test.bin. What's the JC one? I'm just gonna download that one. I'm assuming that's the one. And we'll pop this in here. Payloads. And I'll eject. Emulator was just a side project that I used a lot to debug my playlist before trying. That's super sick. I'm very excited to try this. I'll probably use this quite a bit. JC, oh, for Joy-Con testing. Okay, cool. Oh, that's really cool. I gotta try that too. Where do I send you money? Do you have a do you have a dono link anywhere? If not, you 100% should. Because I would like to compensate you for using this. Okay. So, payloads, hardware test. Whoa, this is so sick. Look at this, guys. Ooh. Interesting. This makes sense. The battery thing makes sense to me, the warning. What exactly, let's see. So, fail for the power management IC. I'm assuming, is this checking like the rails from the both of the max ICs on the OLED? Or just on the primary one, like 1.8, 1.1, 1.3 and all that? To fail. This is crazy. So it's, in this case, it's detecting that we're not charging. It's the NAND is initialized on HS400. That all makes sense because it's getting pretty far into boot. Boot integrity pass. I'm not sure what that. Oh, pages. We have different pages. Okay, let's check the different pages. Dude, this is so cool. Yo, this is crazy. Burned fuses, that's cool. We have, that's crazy to me that there's wafer info stored on those things. That is insane. It makes a lot of sense. I just never thought about that. I was amazed seeing that in Hecate. Dude, this is so cool. Why is TTS off? What is going on? How did that get turned off? Oh no. Everybody is okay. I'm gonna replay what I can, but I can't replay Bab's thing, unfortunately.
You can send it to me.
Send what to you? If you're talking about this payload, it's in Discord. It's pinned in general. Thank you for the 1-bit.
Priest, that's a sexy bit of software.
That is correct. It is. Spanky, thank you for the 1-bit. Turon, thank you for the 1-bit. And Babs, thank you for the $2. Babs said everything. What did you say? Everything is breaking on LA. I don't know why. It was just. Oh, thank you, Babs.
No,
Or
no, no
Turon.
donation, you know.
Thank you, Turon, for the 1-bit. Sorry guys, I don't know why I must have slipped and pressed because I have a button on my Stream Deck that turns on and off chat and stuff. So I must have just hit that. Trying to get it to work on the other scene and then switching back to this scene, it was off. So that's my bad. Thank you, LA. Gas prices shot up today here to 1.81. 1.8. a liter CAD. You know, to be honest, I still haven't like figured out Canadian gas prices even after being here for that long. Because I am so used to per gallon pricing in the US. It was Zach breaking this time, that is correct. Crease, this is so sick. Wait, I want to see that. So that's the MX77620. It's just detecting that it's installed, I suppose. Max 77812, CPU, GPU, DRAM. That makes sense. That's what we just talked about earlier with Soul. Okay, so GPU is. Oh, we have ranges. That makes sense. All rails dormant, normal, and RCM. That makes sense. Horizon OS brings them up, which is what we saw with the. Okay, I just turned off the notifications again just now, accidentally trying to switch pages, even though I'm already on this page, which is what we saw with this, right? With the, like, for example, this rail is not coming up till Horizon OS is fully loaded, right? Some of the other ones come up a little bit earlier, but that's cool. Okay. Last time I checked, it was not possible to communicate with the Wi-Fi IC from the core running on the RCM. That would make sense why it's not included in Hekate's like debug screen. This is super cool. So what are these voltages for here, Chris? Do you know what these are referencing? Like, because this is what they would be when they're fully booted, if I understand correctly. But I have seen, 0.8 on the CPU, like VDD's CPU, and then I've seen, I don't know if I've seen anything over. I think I've seen like, no, yeah, the GPU rail. I think I've only ever seen 0.6 on, but I've seen like 0.8 on this one for sure. But I'm just curious why these voltages are listed. Is this what we would expect to see if they were on? And if it was fully booted? Dude, this is so cool. Oh, there goes my power. You guys can still hear me though. But I think my cameras are not plugged into, oh, we have no power. RIP. Why are my cameras out, actually?
Dead.
I don't know why my... Dead. Thank you for the 1 bit. Damn it. We lost power. My stream's gonna shut down any second now.
Dead.
Chris, let me send you money. Show me where to send you money. Because I'm going to be using this for sure. This is so cool. That's logged in registers. That's read by the payload. Oh, cool.
Hi, I'm Priest.
No, you're not, Taran. Thank you for the 1 bit. Jesus Christ.
For the power bill.
For the power bill. Thank you, Babs, for the $2. Oh, I see. Oh, I wish you guys could see this. Okay, so the 1.1 it says it expects 1.125, but it's 1.1, and it says wrong, and it's in red. So that's why we were getting the 1 in the beginning that said it was wrong. Wait, maybe I can show you on the microscope. I can show you on the microscope. Cheat code. You guys can still see the microscope. Look at this. DRAM
Elay,
on.
did he forget to pay the power?
Hydro-Quebec needs more power from Labrador. DRAM on 1.1 volts, expected 1.125. Wrong. Is it really that picky about the DRAM voltage? So would that be like bad RAM holding it down, or would that be like the max regulator needs to be changed? Or does that not actually matter?
Cursed stream.
I can still donate to you for making a nice, easy to use payload, Crease. Please. I'm happy to donate to them. But I would like to support you for your work, because this makes life easy. Like, not all of this stuff is displayed in Hecate. A lot of it is, but not all of this, as far as I know. So making it easy to access here is like huge. This is sick. That's what Sol told me about the ranges. They should be as stable as possible. Interesting. So like, is this would be a problem in your mind? Or is this the result of maybe a software problem? Like a software issue, like firmware being wrong or something?
Pay our power bills before donation, man.
Thank you for the 1 bit per stream. Thank you for the 1 bit Spanky. Thank you for the 1 bit professors. Thank you for the 1 bit Piran. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep going on this while we still have power. My computer's gonna shut off any moment now because I don't think dude, this is so freaking cool. Fuel gauge info, we already have this, I guess, but it's nice. Fault. Power and charging. BQ, okay. BQ, BM9? Oh, this is the M92 chip, I see. Cool. That stuff's in Hecate, I think. Temperatures, very nice. Thermal sensor, oh, I know where that is on the board. I always get confused about that chip. That makes sense. So it's reading temps from, there's a chip reading temps from both the PCB and the die. Interesting. I don't quite understand. I guess there's an internal like thermometer, thermocouple or something in this silicon. I don't really understand how that ever works, but we don't have a fan, so that's makes sense. Also, let's just check. Yeah, the SoC just does not get warm at all in this state. RAM stuff. Guys, wait, you can't leave. I've been too distracted on Discord to get my nanofix fix. What's up, Cool Davy? McDonald's in Quebec lost power too. Yeah, this is really cool. Who are we raiding? Oh, maybe I should raid before my computer dies. I'm having too much fun with this. PLL, like Rubik's Cube solving. That's certainly what that is. Remute last layer. Guys, I have no idea what any of this is. Not gonna lie. It's obviously clock related things, memory and clocks. Oh, okay, so it's memory based. I don't know how this stuff works. Okay, but this is for different stuff. Oh, this is really cool. Whoa. So we have a NAND clock
Great Buddha.
at 200 megahertz, SD card clock, 200 megahertz. Whoa. This is super cool. OBS is not running on the Switch, apparently. I don't know what these guys are, but this is cool for the SD and the eMMC and the RAM. The RAM has a 200 megahertz clock. And then we have some other clocks here. I think I actually know what this one is. Is that the little crystal on the board above the SoC? This one? I think that might be what that one is. 400 megahertz. Yes, those seem to be some sort of numbers. Exactly. Raid booter. Yeah, I probably should raid before my UPS dies, which is going to be literally any second now. I'm just too obsessed with whatever's going on here. I want to look at all this with you guys. Okay, anyways, we have 34 pages. I'm not even halfway through this. Okay, we gotta call it, guys, before I lose power or lose my UPS. I already lost power. I want to see more too, but unfortunately, this will have to wait. Unfortunately, unless my power comes back, maybe I can. No, it's already 6 anyways. I gotta end. So I'll have to end in a half hour anyways. So we're gonna just call it so I can say bye to you guys. This was very fun. Thank you all. Creased, this thing is sick. I'm very excited to mess around with this. I'm very interested with the all the voltage listings there. I'm curious if that is going to be like our issue or if it's going to be like
Farewell, enjoy the candles.
Thank you, Spanky. Or if that's going to be a the candles. Yeah, exactly. Or if that's going to be like a instead of a cause, like a result of the problem.
For the Power Bill Fund.
But I will update you guys. Thank you guys, Karina, for the 1 bit. And thank you, Spanky, for the 1 bit. Oh, and also, Wicked, I didn't realize you used bits for that. Thank you for 100 bits, Wicked. And I can raid Booter if he's live. Probably is. Probably why you said that. Let me do that now before things die. I'm going to do that right away. But anyways, video out, guys, on Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern. And that's about it. I will see you guys next week. Let me get this. Don't go anywhere. We're going to raid Booter. Edit. / raid computer booter. Thank you guys. Hey, Turon. Thank you for being here. You know what? Thank you for being here, and thank you all for being here. Russ, Babs, Greg, Sushi, Yeti, Filigus, Creased, Sloth, Driver, Cool Davy, Mr. Q. Yeah, stay tuned for part 2. Everybody, Babs, thank you, everybody. You all are the best, and I have to reload my YouTube